Yeah, hi guys. Hi. Um, it's already 9 minutes. Student didn't join. Uh, I can see that there's some problem you're facing from the portal. Just try to refresh it. So if it's not possible, then like someone of you just send the Zoom meeting, then students will join directly. Yeah. So yeah, guys. Sorry. Like yesterday, I had some plans and I had to cancel the class. And I hope you guys didn't waste your time. Did you? Hello. So there were a couple of questions we were discussing previously before. Yeah, yesterday was the. Sorry, Satish, I didn't get you. Can you repeat? So I hope you guys revised with everything, whatever we were discussing on that day, right? Hello? Yeah. Okay, sure. So we'll just I'll let you guys have some time with the class. Okay. So I mean, like just take the first hour. We can resolve our doubts or any questions that from your homework or anything. We can just discuss in a general term, and then the next 2 hours will be the discussion with the with the class. Okay. So is that fair enough? Yeah. So tell me, what are the problems you're facing? Any simple problem, just let me know from the portal or from the um Is there any questions in the assignments which cannot be done using tree map? So Mohit, let's not talk about the things which I didn't teach you yet, because you might have learned it somewhere about the tree map and all these things, but most of the children don't know. So just try to understand that all the questions that you're getting in the homework can be solved with the knowledge. Like all the questions are designed in such a way that as the course is progressing, you will be just able to solve, you will be receiving the right amount of knowledge to solve it, right? So if at all you need an extra data structure, so in that case, the question will be taken up when the actual concept has been taught. Okay. Okay, great. So okay guys, so I think it's 150 students. So So meanwhile, someone is asking about the placement process. I'll just go ahead with that question. And okay, we'll see, Mohit. We'll see that. Missing numbers now. We'll see that. Okay. So just a second. Let me just arrange few things. Yeah, sure. I'll do that. Okay, guys, let's get started. I think we have waited enough. Okay. So 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 guys, I think I've told you what's the process of solving the questions is going to be, right? So like mostly now, since you're in a phase where you're in module 3, okay, it's not that key you will be learning every solution, but it's more like thinking towards that solution, correct? So it might be possible that one question which I'm explaining might be extended to 2 days, in the sense that I'll be explaining the approach first day and I'll let you guys code it or think about it in a certain way. And in the next class, it becomes your responsibility to say that you guys have tried that and still couldn't find it out, right? And I need to explain the actual solution right now. Okay? It's not that key you will be even like if at all you ask a solution, I'll be telling the solution right away. Okay? That's not a good way of learning the things. Okay? So it's about key even, so it's not key like I'll be teaching all the solutions, but it is definitely that I'll make you guys think in such a way that you guys are able to build the solutions on your own. Okay? So in a way, after you complete the module 3, okay, even after going even after going for the actual placement, you might be needed to solve some hashing questions, right? So you can easily revise them. And also, I'm expecting after you complete the DSA section, even then you will be solving the DSA. Even after completing the DSA, you might be learning the front end, you might be learning the back end, right? But even at that time, I'm expecting you guys to work on DSA, because DSA is so vast. Like you can find hundreds and hundreds of questions on just a simple topic like hashing, right? So there's a lot to explore. But like the the point of this particular the point of explaining this thing is that make you realize you need to develop the thinking in that way, such that later when you do try to solve a lot of questions, right? So you are able to at least think in that approach, and when you look at the solution, you're able to understand what the solution is, and that will be fixated in your mind. And it is fine to see solutions sometimes, okay, after you try it for a long time. And after you see the solution, don't copy the solution, try to do it on your own. So that explains you how much you actually understood by the solution, right? So that is one of the tip I'm getting you. I hope you guys are clear with what I just said, or you want me to repeat it? Hello? Right, it is clear, correct? So let me just I'm holding the control key. No. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. So let me just see what are the questions which we have discussed on that day. So I'll just quickly run through after the docs are solved, and then we can get started. Okay. So what I'm saying is, even after you complete the module 3 and module 4 and you go to the back end and front end part, you will be learning the mon stack and all. Even then, I'm expecting you guys to solve the questions slowly, like just 1 to 2 questions every day. Okay. It's not that if you leave DSA completely, like from my personal experience, 80% of you will get placed just based on DSA. Okay. Definitely a good resume and the projects are also an important factor, but I'm talking about 80%. Okay. That's a number that you can't ignore, right? So I'm completely biased towards it. Okay. Towards DSA. Yeah, I feel that DSA is the most important thing. Okay. And like I'm ready to fight with anyone who says that okay, DSA is just 50%. No, it's not 50%, it's 80% important, right? So even after you go there, like you will be struggling on your own. Okay. So the struggle, in that struggle, when you're struggling with the new questions, right, in the new model questions, right? So if you struggle well and if you're looking at the solution, you should not be in a state where you're not even understanding the solution. Okay. So you should be fluent enough to understand the solution and write it again on your own, okay, without copying. Okay. That is what expected from you. I'm not expecting you to be really masters, okay, of anything. Okay. Correct. So even if you're looking at the solution, I'm repeating it again and again. See how important this is. If you're looking at, even I looked at many solutions, but I coded on my own. Only then it helped me, right? So you'll be looking at the solutions, try to understand, and try to code it on your own, just to verify how well you understood the solution, right? You'll just look the solution once, right? After struggling a lot, definitely not straight away. and then you'll be coding it on your own in your version, right? You won't be just opening a different tab and copying like one by one. No, right? So if you're able to do that, then you learned well. Okay? Then I'm proud that you guys learned well. Okay? And that is the proficiency level which I'm expecting. I'm not expecting you to be like gods in this one. Down just a second. Okay. So chalo, let me take up the doubts that are present now. Okay. So some people are asking regarding the placement, right? So, so basically, guys, any placement, let me tell you, I'm just telling you the overall structure of any placement. Okay. First, you will be having a I mean, you will be having a online coding round, right? So when you apply for a job, right, any job, right, the first thing that happens is you'll get shortlisted based on your resume. So we'll be doing the questions uh, based on hashing man. Only that. We'll move to a little higher end, like good questions, like medium questions, medium level questions. And I'll also share you one link. Okay. So that is me in that link. Okay. There's no one who is teaching you the LRU cache. Okay. There's a concept called LRU cache, which I'm going to teach you. Okay. So, yeah, just a second. Yeah. So basically, what I was saying is ki you'll be giving your resume. Okay, you know what resume contains. There will be a proper session that will be happening where I'll be or anyone from Ecojob will be teaching you what are the components of resume. It is usually the projects, the introduction, the educational background, right? And right, education background and like certain these things, the projects. These are the important things. Education background, right? Your skills, right? Mostly the skills that you're and lot of other stuff. Take others, right? So you'll be properly guided how to make your resume, right? So so after you get shortlisted based on your resume, right, you will be giving a online coding test. Okay. So this varies with the companies. Okay. So there are a lot of varieties of such coding rounds. Few people take just a coding round, like 2 to 3 questions of coding, right? This might include, matlab, pehla question to usually what I've seen is of array, right? Second question might be from binary search or DP, right? And third question might be difficult and but not in the sense difficult, in the sense they come into the module 3 topics, so that are hashing or uh, trees or something. Okay. So or I'm talking about the good companies. I'm talking about the companies that are giving CTC about 30. Okay. So there are formats of such type. Yeah, just a second, I hope come. Huh. Just a second, guys. Let me just complete. Okay. So yeah. So 2 3 questions coding round होता है usually. ठीक है. What I've seen is Mintra. Mintra पता है? तुम लोग को Mintra pays a lot. ठीक है. And Mintra will be asking 5 questions, 5 coding round questions, right? And all the questions are easy, but 5 questions है. So time constraint होता है. Like Uber asks 3 questions, 3 coding questions. ठीक है. मेरे से 2.75 हो गया. I didn't get shortlisted, right? So what I've seen from my personal experience is that you should be able to solve all the 3 questions or all the 2 questions. Okay, from my personal experience, given the competition that is on the market, right? So you are supposed to solve all the questions. Only then there is a guarantee that you might get shortlisted, because there's everyone who is like, if you solve half of the questions, if you solve just one question, just like there's a most chance. I'm talking about the companies, big companies, man. Again, I'm repeating, 30+ CTC companies. ठीक है. उबर का तो बहुत ज्यादा है. उबर का CTC बहुत ही ज्यादा है, right? It's more, right? It's more than 40, right? So I'm expect, like, even I solved all the questions in lot of companies, but you won't get called for the interview, right? So if you solve all the questions, then you will be called for the interview, right? Qualify ho, then you'll be called for interview, right? Amazon के बारे में बात करूं, Amazon will be giving around like it has 5 sections, not 5 questions, 5 sections, right? So one section is aptitude, okay? One section is MCQs. So MCQs contains DSA and OOPS, right? So it might be possible that they might be asking networking and DBMS as well, OS and DBMS as well, in these things only. But I used to ignore them because it's not necessary you will be solving all the MCQs, but it is definitely necessary that you need to solve all the coding questions, right? Then comes the coding round, right? Which will have 2 questions of coding, right? Then comes debugging round. There's something called debugging round. तो इसमें कुछ paragraphs की तरह होता है, paragraphs देंगे and lot of puzzles देंगे and all, ठीक है? So again, these are also MCQs, right? You need not to solve all the MCQs, right? Debugging round, where you are given a code and you are supposed to tell ki what is the difference, what is the wrong in this code. Like for example, if a string is given, so can you write a code to check if it's a palindrome? Guys, can you write? Yeah, sure, Rohan, I'll do that. Okay, but not right now. You guys know how to check a code for the palindrome, right? For a string. See, if you have a string like this, okay, what will you do? You might be running a pointer here and here, right? This is the approach that is coming in my mind. Okay. Okay, and you will be checking ki if this character is same as this character. Then you'll be checking if this character is same as this character, right? Then you'll be checking if this character is same as this character, right? And you'll be checking till here, right? So this is the code for palindrome. There might be something off with the code. Okay, the code will be written something off, right? Some compilation error or some logical error. Logical error like you're comparing from like you're comparing from here, you're comparing this value with this value and then going forward. That is not the value, right? So you'll be making very small changes, right? And you make the code run, you make the code work, right? So that is called debugging section. Then something called a proficiency fit. Proficiency fit is basically you guys will be asked to so the proficiency fit round. So there are 14 leadership principles for Amazon, right? So these guys are really obsessed over these 14 leadership principles. So they'll just put you in a situation ki what will you do? ठीक है? मतलब like if at all मतलब कोई भी ऐसे random सा like if at all the deadline is close but your teammate is ill, what will you do? या ऐसे कुछ ठीक है इस situation में क्या करोगे? Like simple questions जिसका दोनों like you'll be feeling कि all the options are correct, but they'll just try to build your personality using that questions. Okay, so this is chill. Like you can like you just need to be honest and you just need to be as ideal as possible, right? So but these are the things where you need to like this also. I hope you guys are very good in this. Like there will be 5 questions and all the questions are really simple, right? And but these 3 are the part where you need knowledge, right? So this is about Amazon, right? Uber ऐसा होगा, Flipkart ऐसा होने वाला है. Flipkart में you will be asked 3 questions, right? So Flipkart में 3 questions, PhonePe में 3 questions. PhonePe में 3 questions है, but I solved only 2.5 questions, but I got selected, right? So in that way, it's going to be. So in the interviews, usually you will be the first round will be DSA round. First round will be DSA. एक second. How difficult is debugging? Bobby, debugging is really simple. It's the most simplest thing. Right? And the people, yeah, 5 to 10 lakhs, yeah. Like I'm saying, you guys, like starting से मैं यही बोल रहा हूँ कि aim for the best, man. Like you don't feel you are inferior. Okay, you guys are learning everything which I learned during my preparation. Okay, so don't feel that you are not capable of such big companies or you are very less. Don't feel that. Okay, you are equally capable of cracking a company that is really huge. Okay, so don't feel that. And there's nothing so very unique about the people who crack such big companies. They are also just like the students who believe in themselves, right? And in AccuJob, right, you'll be having a lot of companies that are visiting, and mostly they will be product-based companies. So the format is going to be same. Okay, it's just the difficulty level that's going to vary. Okay, so I personally make one of my friend go through the 10 lakh CTC exam, right? So it is pretty chill. Like the questions are not going to be very tough. It's mostly like sort the elements and just return it. Like you just need to figure out ki how to do it, right? It's like mostly ki LCS, longest common subsequent. Both these basic questions there though. We solved it. An interview mein, they asked so simple questions like ki, can you build a AND gate using 2 AND gates or something like that. And so it's I felt so cheap like doing those questions. So it's not going to be difficult. Okay. Matlab, it's the format is going to be the same. All the product based companies hire on the same format, except few companies. Like there's a company called Udan. ठीक है, it's a great startup, ठीक है. So but that company doesn't ask DSA, it directly asks you to make an API, ठीक है. So उसका फॉर्मेट ही वैसा है, उड़ान, just Google it, ठीक है, if you are interested. उड़ान, it's a huge company, like बहुत ज्यादा cities है इसका, correct. So these guys, yeah, these guys directly ask you to make an API and return it. मतलब project दे देते हैं सीधा, क्योंकि उनको पता है कि DSA इतना भी like DSA पे like these companies hire, but that's not that important. It's what they feel. Okay, cool. It's a startup, but I'm just talking about in general all product-based companies, right? So देखो, first round is going to be DSA, second round भी mostly DSA होगा, ठीक है. अगर माइक्रोसॉफ्ट और उसकी बात करोगे, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट और गूगल, these guys just go for DSA only. Just 3 rounds of DSA, boom, selected or not selected. Bus. These guys are so specific about DSA, right? There might be 1 round of HM, that is hiring manager round. ठीक है, इसके आगे you might be having one hiring manager round, or and then at the end you will be having a HR round. HR round is usually not elimination round, ठीक है, but like they'll be just checking if you're like if you're confident enough or not, right? So these days HR rounds are being eliminated as well. ठीक है, Oracle में like most of my friends got eliminated just because they are not that confident enough. ठीक है, so you just need to present yourself very confidently here, right? So that is one of the thing in the HR round, right? What about gap up students more than they'll be eligible for big company? Yeah. So Shefan, I'll tell you about this thing. So you have eligibility criteria in the profile, right? When you're applying for a job, okay, they'll be asking a lot of things, okay, your education background, your resume, and all these things. Okay, if you're capable of it, if you're eligible for that role, then definitely they won't discriminate once you get qualified, right? Any difference between normal graduation and engineering? What do you mean by normal graduation? So Devanand, yeah, BCA. So if at all BCA, like some companies say ki any degree which is including computer science, okay, not necessarily a BTech degree in computer science, right? So if that is there, then that will be anyway there, right? Yeah, I'll just jump into the class just a second. Just few minutes. Yeah, product-based companies do come into AccuJob. Guys, wait. Let me just complete this thing quickly, right? So this is how it is going to be, man. Like first round में like usually मैं जितना देखा 1 hour का होता है each round, ठीक है, not more than that, ठीक है. And in the first round there might be a chance in the interview you will be asked about your resume. Okay, resume you have included this particular topic, like this particular project. Like can you tell me what did you make in this project? Okay. So for me, they asked me, like I made a self-driving car, right? In my second year. So in Amazon, they have asked me, ki, what can you tell me about this project? What are the problems you faced in this project, right? While making this project, while creating this project, right? Uh, like can you tell me why did you go for using this particular technology, not that? Okay, why did you use this particular database, not that, right? So such type of questions will be asked in the interview, right? So that is how you'll be questioned in the interview, man. Okay, so I hope like this is pretty much about the placement procedure of any companies in this world. ठीक है, ऐसे ही होने वाला है, ठीक है. So अब तक मतलब product based companies की बात कर रहा हूँ, right? So it's the same thing. The scale will get reduced, the difficulty will get reduced if you go for a less CTC company. But this is how it is going to be. I hope like I cleared most of the people's doubts using this thing. Till now we have not marked any project, then how can we get placed without making a single project? Yeah, you need to write, you need to have a project in your resume. Okay, you need to do that. Okay, so right now like you can see how the resume is built is you won't be making your best resume and going to the interview. You'll be creating a resume, you'll be optimizing it, you'll be removing that particular project and putting a project that is better than that. Okay, in that way you'll be just putting and changing the projects, okay, in that particular resume. And like you'll be, yeah, like there's no perfect resume, okay, it will get more better and better as you keep on going. Okay, so you are going to make a lot of projects while you're learning front end and back end one stack, right? So you'll be putting those inside your resume, right? No, guys. So these things, the college and the degree, once you are eligible to for a particular job, okay, once you get shortlisted by the resume, then there is no difference between key if you're from what college, if you're doing what, if you're from everything. That those things will get irrelevant. Only your performance in the interview and online round will be relevant. Okay. Okay. So how you will be applying from the AccuJob? So you will be receiving the job applications from from AccuJob in the Discord. So you'll be just applying and you'll be applying your batch number and all the things. Okay. And you'll be like companies directly recruit from AccuJob, right? So you'll be facing the interview. So it's going to be the same thing. The same thing. Doesn't matter what. This is for on campus, off campus, and everything. Okay. AccuJob, everything. This is the process, man. How to get referral, Rohan? Referral का ये सीन होता है कि if you find a job is there and if you want like some weightage, like if at all a person from the same org is referring you, then you definitely will have some weightage over the others, right? So there might be chance that your resume will get shortlisted because of the referral. Okay, that is the only benefit you will be getting, nothing else. And you need to clear it on the same way, right? Adobe बहुत अच्छी कंपनी है, right? Atlassian बहुत अच्छी कंपनी है. Atlassian gives around 60 CTC, 60 lakhs CTC, right? Adobe भी बहुत अच्छी है, right? These all are really good product based company. मतलब ये FANG company से सब कुछ नहीं है. There are multiple companies which are of the same level, but they just are not that big names because of their stock, मतलब because of their market capitalization. ठीक है. So FANG जो बोलते हैं, that is not because of their CTC they offer. It is because of the market capitalization they have in the stock market, right? So that is the reason why they are so huge. It's not that key there are no product-based companies that are as huge as them, right? JP Morgan and Morgan Stanley, these are investment banks. Goldman Sachs, right? So these are our investment banks. You'll be joined as analyst, ठीक है? So Goldman Sachs बहुत अच्छी company है, right? JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo, all these, ठीक है? Royal Bank of Scotland, right? Bank of New York, right? So all these companies are investment banks. So so even these companies offer a huge series, and the process is going to be the same, DSA and stuff. Okay. And if you talk about the other like I mentioned pretty much, okay, so I'm urging you guys to just take up your goal a little high. Okay, don't हाँ हाँ भाई, बहुत है. अब मैं नाम लेता जाऊंगा, like I'll be listing some around 60 to 70 companies right now, right? So uh Chanchal, you'll be creating the basic projects based on DSA right now. Okay. And then you'll be just kind of doing it. Okay, मतलब you'll be optimizing it using a front end and back end. So initially बहुत basic project होने वाला है जिसके साथ तुम लोग बैठने वाले हो. And as the course goes on, ठीक है, it will get more and better. ठीक है. So that is the basically the whole procedure. ठीक है. I think we should start with the class. It's already a half an hour, right? 20 minutes actually, not half an hour. Okay. हाँ, लाइब्रेरी मैनेजमेंट ऐसा छोटा प्रोजेक्ट ही होने वाला है, ठीक है? और सम चेस खेलने वाला प्रोजेक्ट और या बैक ट्रैकिंग का प्रोजेक्ट, सम बेसिक प्रोजेक्ट्स यू आर गोइंग टू मेक. ठीक है, दे आर नॉट गोइंग टू बी अ ह्यूज प्रोजेक्ट, राइट? बट you they will optimize it. Will gap student be entertained by the big company? Yeah, I'm saying that, right, Shefan? Like till your resume gets shortlisted, only the problem. Okay, if you're eligible and if you pass every eligibility criteria, then there won't be change any difference between these things. Okay, if you have worked 2 weeks, I mean 2 years in a company and still you're applying for an HD1 role in Amazon or anything, you'll be treated the same as the fresher, right? There won't be any difference in the procedure. Correct? So, chalo, let's. What's your next doubt? Anything regarding the assignments? It will be much beneficial for everyone. Am I correct? Infosys, bro, Sonam, Infosys, Wipro, TCS, ठीक है, ये सब के बारे में like these are not product based companies, ठीक है, they are service based companies, right? So definitely they have some products, but इनका रिक्रूटमेंट प्रोसेस बहुत इजी होने वाला है. मतलब इतना इजी कि my father's friend wants her daughter to get selected into Wipro. So he has asked my father to help me out in the online test, which I kind of refused, but I did ultimately. And the questions were so simple. They were so simple. The questions were so simple. Let me tell you the questions, man. Like the first question is such a big paragraph. And at the end, I realized that I just need to return the number of negative numbers in an array. This is the question, right? And the second question, um, man, the second question is return the reversed array. But these are the two questions that were asked in Wipro, right? And I was so shocked that that particular girl is not even able to do these things. Okay. But these are the analogy from the big paragraph that is there. Okay. That analogy is taking like might take some time, but matlab time in the sense कि in seconds I'm talking like 30 seconds, 20 seconds थोड़ा ले सकते हैं. Okay. And these questions are supposed to be done in 1.5 hours. Like they are so easy, man. Like you guys, I don't want you guys to even like I'm not saying कि few companies about they are of good value, like most of the people are very happy with those companies. I'm not saying that, okay, but I'm completely biased towards these things, man. Like, okay, if you ask me, I'm going to like fight with you regarding this thing, okay. So product based, I want you guys to like product based में actual products बनते हैं guys. Like TCS क्या काम करता है? TCS provides services to many other companies. Like TCS स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया ना इसके लिए पोर्टल बनाता है. टीसीएस हमारा पासपोर्ट सर्विसेज है ना, जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के लिए पासपोर्ट सर्विसेज आर मैनेज्ड बाय टीसीएस, राइट. सो दिस गाय डज लॉट ऑफ गुड थिंग्स, राइट. जेई मेंस के लिए लाइक ऑन ऑल दिस थिंग्स के लिए इट मेक्स द प्रोफाइल्स एंड इट मेक्स द अरेंजमेंट फॉर द स्टूडेंट्स एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स. दे डू गुड थिंग्स, ठीक है. I'm not saying, but the innovation you will be feeling in the product based companies, you know, the innovation you guys will be feeling, right? तो मतलब तुम नया टेक्नोलॉजी का पार्ट बनने वाला हो, right? So for example, Amazon Pay में like the projects are going like कि how like without internet how can you make UPI payments, right? So it's a new technology that you're working on, new product that you're working on that is going to impact millions of people, ठीक है. So what I feel is product based में innovation ज्यादा होता है. यहाँ पे यूजुअली मेरे हिसाब से रिपीटेटिव वर्क ज्यादा होता है, ठीक है. एंड ये तो लाइक अभी किसी को भी मिल जाएगा ब्रो. ये तो हर कोई ट्रैक कर लेगा ये सब चीजें, राइट. आई एम नॉट लाइंग, राइट. Yeah, aim big, man. Aim big. Don't get settled for small things. Chalo. Mohit is asking a question. Please tell find all anagrams for assignments. Okay. Okay, guys. So I think we should end this thing. We had proper discussion in the. We'll do this later. The companies ka, the placements ka. We'll talk about these things. Okay. And I'm not lying about these things. These are the questions that were asked in Wipro exam. Okay. So these are exactly the questions that were asked in Wipro exam. Right. So and yeah, like it's simple, man. It's you guys can do it, right? Easy, right? So what I am feeling is the for the preparation you're doing, okay, for the work you're doing, okay. So these are the things you guys need to aim, okay. These are investment banks. I'm talking about other companies like Oracle ho gaya, like PhonePe, like all the companies that come into the product based category. Just aim at them, okay. Like it's fine you don't have to go to 30 CTC, like it's the same thing. That's like person who's getting a 30 CTC and person who's getting a 15 CTC are equal to me, because the base pay is almost the same thing, right? So they get a lot of stocks and all the other benefits. But according to me, you are both are working in a good product based company where the innovation is happening, where the development is happening. Then you're equally good to me, okay. Okay, so just don't go by the CTC, okay. What I feel is just go for the like place where the innovation is happening, where you are valued, your development is happening, your personality development and as well your technical development is happening. Okay. Okay. Okay, great. Chalo, I think we should. What is the format of interview questions, sir? Like lead code. I'll tell you that I think we are getting a lot out of the track. Okay, so we'll discuss that tomorrow. Okay, every day we'll have such discussion before we get started. I think we should get started with the class questions, right? So we'll discuss it, guys, tomorrow. Okay, every day we'll be discussing. ठीक है, so just ask me, just go ahead, I'm giving you the permission, just raise your hand and ask me questions from the from the portal or anything where you found difficulty. Okay, so according to me, I think you guys have asked this question: k different pairs in an array, correct, guys? Yeah, yeah. So देखो, let me just look at this question first. ठीक है, क्या है इस क्वेश्चन में? You're given an array, right? So I hope everyone is on the track, right? Just come out of that phase where I was telling. ठीक है, जो मैं ये सब बता रहा था, right? Just come out of that phase and let's think, let's focus here. ठीक है, because that is the end goal, right? But to reach an end goal, what is the most important thing? Tell me the step that you're going to take the next, right? Just look at the step that you're going to take the next. Your steps are learning a particular topic, solving the questions, scrutinizing the solutions, optimizing them better, okay, and doing it daily, repeatedly, consistently, okay. So that is the next step you're going to do. Uske baad you'll be preparing your resume, you'll be running projects, you'll be updating your resume, you'll be applying for the exams, you'll be doing mock interviews, and you'll be getting better, and then you'll be reaching the things we were talking. So there's a long way you're going to go, right? So just focus on one step at a time, and then you'll be it'll be much better for you. Okay? Yeah, sure, Arundhati, we'll do that. Okay? Yeah, small goals. So आज का goal है, we'll be wrapping up hashing. Okay? So let's do that. Okay? So I have a good question for you guys. Okay? One question is the group anagrams question. Okay? एक और question है मेरे साथ, which I didn't open yet. Okay? Which will do that. Okay? In 2 hours of today. Okay? You guys will find it really interesting. And I have many questions which I prepared. Okay? I'll just pick up those questions. Okay? क्योंकि like the portal questions we can discuss it at any time, right? Because they will be there, they are supposed to be dealt, but like what the questions which I personally did, they are really good questions. Okay, so we'll do those questions as well today, so just bear with me. So yeah, so how's the Josh? Shall we get started with the questions? Great. So this is the notes, man. This is the notes. I think I sent it on the Discord as well, man. Why, I don't know why you guys are not asking it again and again. So let me just copy the link and just put it again. Great, very high, na? Chalo, math.max. Okay, great. So I've sent you the doc. Okay, just open kar lo. Okay. So we'll do the questions. Okay. So the question is ki k different pairs in an array, right? The question says ki you are given an array. Okay, you are given a value k, right? And return the number of unique k different pairs in the array. Unique k different. K diff matlab a k diff pair is an integer pair, numbers of I and number of j, when they are valid. ठीक है, they are valid, इसका मतलब ये है, and they are not the same value. ठीक है, but the difference between them, the absolute difference. ठीक है, this is the absolute difference, right? So they are talking about the absolute difference, and if it is where is the absolute difference? Where did I mention that? Okay, so basically the two values should be having the difference of k. Okay, they didn't mention about the first and last, so it is an absolute difference, right? So that is the question. Okay. Yeah, portal question solve करेंगे, no worries. Yeah, Nandini, we'll do that. We'll do the portal questions as well. Okay, this is also one of the portal questions. Okay, so portal में the difference, only difference is कि यहाँ पे you need to populate the method. Okay, just populate this method and they will be gone for the checking, right? But portal में you guys need to write the driver code as well. Driver code में क्या है? Taking the input, taking the output, printing the output, right? Creating the function. Okay, it's going to the same thing. You will be creating a function there as well, right? So there is going, like, you guys will be creating a function there as well, and you'll be calling that from the main function, right? So do let me know if you guys are facing an issue in that. Okay, we can just take like any question that is solved, we can just write the only the driver code. Okay, that's not a big deal. Okay, so देखो क्या होने वाला है, इसका ड्राइवर कोड लिखने के लिए बोलोगे तो what will I write? I'll be just having an int main function, right? So int main function में क्या होने वाला है कि you guys will be just taking an int 10, and then you'll be creating like what you'll be doing, you'll be just creating a scanner method. Okay, sc equals to new scanner, You know how to do it, right? तो उसके बाद scanner dot next int करने से n मिल जाएगा, right? So n equals to this, and then एक loop लगाना to get the array, right? उसके बाद k के लिए भी do the same thing, sc dot next int, you'll get the k, and then array को k को just call this method, just print that method, correct? हाँ, correct. So this is pretty much like these are not, these are the input part, ठीक है? And the point where you are supposed to print this thing, there you will be just doing this thing कि sop मतलब stand system dot out dot println find pairs और array जो बनाए थे पहले and the value, बस this is how the driver code is going to be. Cool. How to return hash map from a function? Great question. ठीक है, how do you return a hash map from a function, guys? Tell me. Guys, the debugging, debugging के लिए the best way is just dry run the code कि इस particular case के लिए like how the flow is going, how it is going, if it is missing some keys or what, ठीक है? हाँ, return type का hash map बना दो exactly, ठीक है? So it's not going to be a difficult thing, guys, ठीक है? If you want to return an array, ठीक है, how would you return? यहाँ पे int की जगह you will be putting something like this ना, find array, है ना, whatever the parameters are, right? राइट? सो पब्लिक करो, क्या करो, राइट? यहाँ पे एरे रिटर्न कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है? इफ यू आर रिटर्निंग अ स्टैक, यू विल बी जस्ट रिटर्निंग अ स्टैक, मैन. स्टैक, रिटर्न अ स्टैक, फाइंड स्टैक, something like this. If you're returning a hash map, just return a hash map. Just type it off कि क्या type है ये, integer type या integer type or whatever. Like you can even skip these things, right? They're not mandatory, ठीक है? You can just make find a hash map, ठीक है? Return type में just make this change and you can just equate it to actual hash map. That's so cool, correct? है ना? Array list, array list के लिए क्या करोगे? ठीक हो? I told you, right? See, array list के लिए I've sent you a doc, ठीक है? I've sent you many links, ठीक है, for you to study on that day, ठीक है? I hope you guys studied it, ठीक है? So you can see that array list, Java list, these things I've sent you, right? So इसमें you can see that list is basically a interface, right? You can have a return type of a list, but the implementation के लिए L equals to new array list करना होगा, right? This is array list because array list is a class का you can create a object, ठीक है? new मतलब you're creating an object and returning its reference, right? or else तुम यही same चीज लिख सकते हो, L2 equals to new linked list, correct? Linked list and array list are the two classes that are implementing, ठीक है? So if you want to return it, ठीक है, तो रिटर्न के लिए यू कैन सी दैट इसमें देखो यू आर रिटर्निंग अ लिस्ट ऑफ लिस्ट, राइट? उसका रिटर्न टाइप लिस्ट ऑफ लिस्ट हो गया वैसे, ठीक है? विल सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन, नो वरीज, विल सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन आफ्टर दैट क्वेश्चन, ठीक है? डोंट वरी, विल सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन एंड इट विल बी मच प्रीटी क्लियर, ठीक है? तो ऐड कैसे करते हैं? एल डॉट ऐड सम वैल्यू लाइक 1, एल डॉट ऐड सम वैल्यू लाइक 2, ठीक है? तो अभी ऐसा बन गया हमारा लिंक लिस्ट, ठीक है? सो दिस इज द 0th index, this is the first index, right? So if you do l dot get, if you do 1, you'll be getting a value 2. If you do L dot get 0, you'll be getting a value 1. Correct? Yeah. Okay. Abstraction interface are not done in module 2. Okay, it's fine. Okay. So, like, just understand ki you can just go through the docs. They are not very difficult to understand. There's mostly syntactical things, right? So, interface doesn't have an implementation. A class need to implement an interface. Okay. So implements that particular interface का name, you can implement it and you can instantiate, ठीक है? You can't write new list, ठीक है? new list लिखना मतलब you are instantiating a list, लेकिन उसका implementation है ही नहीं, right? So you can only do this. So we'll do this question, don't worry, ठीक है? We'll do this, don't worry, ठीक है? But like if you guys didn't even read these things whichever we have discussed on that day, then do it, ठीक है? It's not late, ठीक है? Do it. You are little late, you're little behind, but do it, okay? It's on 4th, we have done these things, right? Just go through these questions, just go through the solutions, just try to think about them, okay? So the question says ki you are given an array, right? This is an array and you're given a value k, right? You're supposed to tell ki how many pair, okay? This is one pair, right? And what is the other pair? This is the other pair, right? Right. This is another pair that is there. So you are supposed to return the number of unique pairs which are having the def k. Agreed? Correct? Yeah, I'll tell you about the string builder. Sure. Don't worry, Abhishek. जब बताना के टाइम आएगा, I'll tell you. ठीक है? So, right. So this is how you do it. तो कैसे करोगे इसको? Like think about it ना. So there's another array like this. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 with a k का value as 1, right? So how do you do it? इसमें देखो, this is one pair, this is another pair, this is another pair, this is another pair. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dark team, yeah, even I like the dark team, but where is the dark team? Eclipse. Okay, cool, whatever. So think this is cool, right? Yeah, चलो ठीक है. Yeah, correct, correct, अरुंधति. See, यार इसमें अभी अलग अलग दिख रहा है bro. Let me just write it here, right? So basically what I'm saying is you have an array and you have a value k and you're supposed to find what are the values that are like that are at a distance k. ठीक है, तो इसको कैसे करोगे? Like you can go to particular value and you can see कि if this particular value का like 3 plus k मतलब 2, right? So 5 is 5 present. You need to iterate it once again in the array, right? So if at all it is present, then you'll just you increase the count as plus plus, right? You'll go here, you'll check again ki 1 plus k, like that is 1 plus 2 is 3. Is 3 present in the whole array? You'll check again, right? And yeah, it is present, obviously, right? So you'll increase the count again, right? And then you'll go to 4, right? 4 plus k, that is 6. Is 6 present? No, 6 is not present. 1 plus 2 is 3 present again. So you tend to increase the count again, right? So definitely one number should be checked only once. Do you guys agree? वरना count 3 हो जाएगा ना. देखो इसके साथ एक, इसके साथ एक. But you're supposed to find a unique different pairs. Agreed, guys? Correct? है ना? तो what I am feeling is किसी to check if a number is present in that array, you're going and traversing big of n. Okay, so it's going to be an n square approach. Correct? For each value, the other value you're checking. So this is not at all feasible. Agreed, guys? So what I'm thinking is कि I need a data structure where I can just access it instantly. क्या है data structure? You guys know it. हाँ, map, correct. तो मैप में सबको डाल लो, राइट? एवरीथिंग जस्ट द फ्रीक्वेंसी डाल देना उसके साथ, ठीक है? जस्ट सी value and frequency, right? You can see that 1 2 times hai, 3 1 time hai, 4 1 time hai, 5 1 time hai, right? So now the duplicacy is also gone, right? The problem of duplicacy is also gone. You'll just check for this number, okay? It's not necessarily a sorted fashion, okay? But you can check it, okay? So you can just check. You just created a hash map. You know how to do this part, correct? You guys are really trained in that. You know how to write the statement, है ना? hm dot put ar of I, a of I, hm dot get dot default, है ना? You guys know how to do it, correct? किसी को डाउट नहीं है इसमें to create a hash map? अगर if you don't want to do it, just do it in the traditional way of using 4 maps, right? Yeah, I'll tell you, Rohan, about the hash set. Okay, guys, there's a concept called hash set as well. I put it inside your doc as well. So similar to hash map, hash set is just a set. Okay, मतलब this guy just won't maintain a key value pair. It will just maintain a keys का list. ठीक है, not list, keys का set he will maintain. ठीक है, so he'll just maintain all the unique values. ठीक है, So even if you have 1 3 3 1 2 4 4 something like this, so if at all you push all these things, so they will be some only these keys का set समझ लो. So like they will be unique. Okay, but our Rowan feels that there is no need of frequency, but let's check if there's no need of frequency or not. Let's wait. Okay, so मेरे हिसाब से uh, how to know where do you use set and map, Mohit? Okay, where you need a key to be mapped to a value, you'll be using hash map. When you just want to check if the value is present, unique value is present, just go for the hash set, man. बस इतना ही है. Giriraj, I told about this thing about the hash map, how you'll be creating a hash map. Okay, I've given a simple example of a character, right? Using an array, okay, as a hash map, correct? So just refer that hash map lecture, okay? But for the complex data structures, you are supposed to use your own like the Java collections ka hash map, correct? So there you go, guys. So what I'm thinking is second approach: create a hash map. Okay, create a hash map. Just wait, guys. When I'm talking, try to focus on the solution. Okay, unless you have a doubt in this. Okay, or else it will be distracting for me, right? So you will be creating a hash map, and then each value के लिए just traverse the hash map, okay, or traverse this key or whatever. Okay, traverse hash map, and for each key मतलब जो भी value है, this value, ठीक है, x के लिए, ठीक है, just try to check कि x plus k is present or not in that hash map. अगर है, count plus plus करो. Do you think this code is really hard? मतलब देखो, I'm just checking कि for this key, ठीक है, x is present, like 1 is present. I'll just check कि 1 plus k, that is 1 plus 2, is 3 present. If 3 is also present, then I'll just increase the count. So I'll just make the count. Initially it is 0. I'll make it 1. Okay. Next, for this guy, I'll just see if 3 plus k, that is 5, is 5 present. I can just search it in big of one time, right? So yeah, 5 is present. So increase the count again, right? So you are at 4. You'll just check is 6 present or not. Yeah, 6 is not present. So you won't do anything. 5 ke liye, I'll be checking 7 is present or not, right? They are not necessarily, they are not necessarily sorted. Okay, but still you can find it. Even if they are jumbled, even then, agar samajh lo 3 upar aa gaya, so even then 5 will be searched, right? 1 ke liye 3 will be searched, right? So everything happens in big of one time. So doesn't matter what is the order, you're just searching using a hash map. Agreed, guys? Correct. Correct. So this is about the first approach, right? Key x plus k, right? I'll just search, guys. Do you want? Do you guys want to argue with me? Key I should be checking x minus x as well, x minus k as well. कितने लोग को लगता है कि मुझे x minus k भी देखना होगा? एक बार सोचो इसके बारे में. बता रहा हूँ, सोचने वाली चीज है डीएस है ना? इट्स नॉट लर्निंग द सॉल्यूशन. x minus k करना चाहिए मुझे, बताओ. नंदिनी कैन जस्ट अनम्यूट एंड दोनों करना पड़ेगा. कितने लोग का लगता है कि दोनों करना पड़ेगा? करेक्ट. देयर इज नो नीड टू डू इट. फॉर एग्जांपल, आई हैव क्रिएटेड अ हैश मैप समथिंग लाइक दिस. ठीक है, दिस इज 1, 3 is not 3 exactly, but okay, well, this guy is having some frequency 2. Then comes 4. 4 is having a frequency 1, right? 1 is having a frequency 2, something like this. Okay, and k ka value is 2. So you will be checking कि 1 plus k, that is 1 plus 2 is present or not. 1 minus 2 is also present, मतलब minus 1 present है कि नहीं. ठीक है, you will be checking both the things. ठीक है, समझ लो कि हाँ चेक कर लिया. Okay, so when you reached 3, ठीक है, okay, 4 के लिए ठीक है. So when you reach 3, you can see that 3 plus 2, that is 5, will be checked, and 3 minus 2 is also checked again, which is already checked. Don't you think 1 and 3 ka combination and 3 and 1 ka combination is also again been checked, guys, if you do this thing? Yeah, exactly. Right. So just check one of them, right? If -1 hai, -1, if at all -1 is present, then when -1 ka turn will come, -1 plus k will is nothing but 1 minus k, right? It's the same thing, right? So it's a repetitive thing. So I will be only checking this thing. Do you guys agree with me? Correct? Socho Aniket, if there are negative values, even if, so for that negative values, you're adding k, it's the same thing as subtracting a value from a k, right? Right. So let me repeat it, guys. ठीक है? तो देखो यहाँ पे 5 है, ठीक है? 5 is also present, ठीक है? So when you're checking for 3 plus 2 is 5, ठीक है? 3 minus 2 is 1, ठीक है? But you're checking for 1 as well, right? So if at all 3 comma 5 is present, you'll just increase the count. If at all 1 comma 3 is present, you'll increase the count. For 1, you're checking 1 plus 2, 3, right? You can see that यहाँ पे भी the same value is being checked, 1 comma 3 is being checked. They are not unique, correct? So you just need to check in one direction, either add it or subtract it, any one direction. ठीक है? Correct? So you might be feeling कि -1 को check नहीं कर रहा है. अगर -1 अगर actual में present है, so -1 plus 2 is nothing but 1, right? So this particular case of -1 comma 1 is already covered there. Do you guys agree with that? Correct? बस. हाँ. अच्छा, k के लिए 0, someone is pointing out for k equals to 0. उसके लिए क्या होगा? हाँ, point है यार. K equals to 0, you're checking for the same value, and obviously the same value is present, right? So you can see that k का value 0 हो सकता है, right? Right? यहाँ पे देखो, for this particular example, right? You can see that 1, 3, 1, 5, and 4, right? You can see that k is equals to 0, right? You can see that only this need to be a valid one, ठीक है? ये नहीं हो सकता valid, right? ये नहीं हो सकता valid, ये नहीं हो सकता valid. तो how do you check this? How do you check this? Correct? Correct. So you have created a hash map, right? So this is a hash map. 1 is pointing to 2, 3 is pointing to 1, 5 is pointing to 1, 4 is pointing to 1. These are the frequencies, right? So I'll just check if at all k is equals to 0. Okay, for that particular value, I'm just checking if the frequency is greater than, matlab, hm dot get that value, okay, x. If it is greater than 1, I'll just check if the frequency is greater than 1. It means that in that case, I'll do count plus plus. If at all k equals to 0. ठीक है, in the other case it's the same thing. This is the only edge case that is present. ठीक है, बाकी सबके लिए, like if at all k is some value other than 0, right? I'll just check कि a value plus k is present or not, right? लेकिन वो केस नहीं है, then I'll just check if अगर k equals 0, for that I'll be just writing a separate code for like this. Okay. So, like Dipanshi, can you, like anyone who is not understanding, can you represent the set of people who are not understanding and unmute yourself? Dipanshi or Sushmita, anyone? Anyone just unmute, just raise your hand. I'll clear it off from your mind. Raise your hand. Raise your hand, yeah, claps me. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, hi Dipanshi.
Hi, sir.
So basically, can you just briefly tell me what's the question is, if you have the clarity with the question?
Sir, I have till now understood one thing, that we are comparing, we are traversing the array and we are comparing if there is difference minimum or not.
So basically,
The unique difference there between two elements exist or not.
So let me just brief you the question. You are given an array, you are given an element k, and you're supposed to find how many pairs are present, unique pairs are present in the array, which are having the difference k. Agreed?
Okay.
Okay. So for example, you have this array. You can see that. Can you tell me, like for the k2, what are the pairs of elements, which are having the difference 2? Can you tell me?
1, 2.
2. Yeah, what are they? 1 and 3, right? And 2, 3 and 5. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
I should not be considering this as well. 3 comma 1. Because it is already repeated. They are asking for the unique pairs, correct?
Yes, sir.
right? So what I'm doing is I'm just pushing all these elements into a frequency map. I mean the hash map, which is holding the key value pair, where key is the element and the value is the frequency. Agreed?
Okay.
Okay. So see this. Okay. So now, so they don't need to be in a sorted order, but for each value, I'll traverse the hash map now. I won't traverse the array because array में repetitive elements हो सकते हैं, तो repetitive वाले आएंगे. Agreed?
Sir, again, please.
Okay. So see, what I'm saying is कि I'll be traversing the hash map, right?
Okay.
I won't traverse the array, right? Because
Okay.
like one को I need to consider only one time.
समझ
Agreed?
गई. ठीक है.
Correct? ठीक है? तो देखो.
We put the unique values in the hash map.
Correct. So you have the unique values in the hash map. So I'll reach at this position and I'll check कि for one, is there the value 1 plus k? 1 plus k क्या? 3 है ना? Is 3
Yes.
present in my hash map? I can check it in big of one time. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
So I'll just check if this is present or not. If this is present, just mark them as one of the pair. So just increase the count. Count 0 था, तो 1 हो गया.
Okay.
Okay. तो
Okay.
3 पे
Okay.
आया, तो 3 पे मैं चेक करूंगा 3 plus k present है कि नहीं.
5. Yes, sir. It's present.
5 है. So count को 2 कर दूंगा. 4 पे आता हूँ. 4 plus k present है कि नहीं. 6 नहीं है ना. So I won't make any changes in the count. Right. 5 plus k 7 है. 7 is also not present. So I'll leave it. ठीक है. So this is what I'm going to do. Simple. See how simple is this.
Sir, I have one doubt कि हम मतलब डिफरेंस फाइंड कर रहे हैं और हम मतलब ऐसे 1 plus k क्यों कर रहे हैं?
हाँ, तो देखो दो नंबर के बीच में डिफरेंस है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल 5 और 3 के बीच में डिफरेंस क्या है?
2.
2, राइट? So what I'm saying is the smallest number plus the difference is nothing but the other number, right? So just
Okay, you
understand.
mean कि -2 or 2 doesn't matter.
It matters, but you are checking all the possibilities. ठीक है? तो if देख मैं बताता हूँ, सिंपली बताता हूँ. See, I understood where you didn't understand. ठीक है? So see, x minus y equals to k. Did you understood this statement?
Yes, sir.
Right. So if I do x
Okay,
equals
sir.
to k plus y, isn't this the same statement as this?
Yes, sir. Now I got it.
Right. So I'm just adding the difference to a value so that it will be the other value. So I'm just
Okay.
checking कि मेरे पास y है. So I'm just adding k to find if there's any x for me in the hash map.
Yes, sir. Now I got it.
Right. So if at all this is the prop, right? हाँ, right. So if at all like अगर मैं minus k को भी search करने लगूंगा, right? So some people might be doing it in this way, right? So ये भी तो this is also another valid expression, right? X minus
Yes,
k
sir.
equals to y, but it will be
Yes.
repetitive one. X y और y x दोनों आ जाएंगे, right? तो दोनों में से एक करूंगा. Either I can do this or I can do this. Are you getting it?
Sir, repeat कैसे हुआ?
So see, from this expression, I've generated this expression as well, correct? K ko I
Okay.
brought here and y ko I brought here, correct?
Yes, sir.
So if I'm trying to find both the things, ठीक है? तो like I can choose any one of them. मुझे ये मिल गया तो इसको find करना चाहता हूँ, या मुझे ये मिल गया तो इसको find करना चाहता हूँ. Both are the same thing, right? Right?
Yes.
So that is the reason why I'm choosing any one of them. ठीक है?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay. So I hope
Yes.
it's clear for
Thank you,
most
sir.
of the people. Let me just code it and that will be much clear. ठीक है?
Thank you, sir.
So yeah, sure. No worries. So let me just clear. Let me just do it very quickly. So I'll be just having a count that is equals to 0. Guys, tell me if I'm wrong at any point. I could be wrong. Okay. Let me just check the chat. How to handle the special case, Rishabh? The special case is nothing but when the k ka value is 0, right? So it means that if at all our number is having frequency more than 1, only then the pairs are able to form, correct? So for example, यहाँ पे 1 के जगह 2 1 के जगह 3 1 होते तो कितने पेयर बनते ब्रो बताओ? k equals to 0 है, So you can see that k का 1 का frequency is 3. What do you think will happen? 2 बनेगा 1 बनेगा? 2 pairs नहीं बनेगा bro, 1 pair ही बनेगा. 1 pair bro, 1 pair. See, hash map में you will be having something like this. Correct? So if at all k equals to 0, I'll just check the frequency. If it is greater than 1, I'll just increase the count only by 1. काउंट को एक बार प्लस प्लस करूंगा, ऐसा नहीं कि जितना है है उतना कर लूंगा. सी दिस इज फॉर्मिंग अ पेयर, दिस इज आल्सो फॉर्मिंग अ पेयर, दिस इज आल्सो फॉर्मिंग अ पेयर, बट ऑल these three are considered as only one unique pair. Agreed? Correct? Right? Count is only one, the unique pairs. So मैं कोड इस तरह से लिखूंगा कि if at all the frequency is greater than 1, I'll just do count plus plus बस. Correct? अगर there are 2 3s, यहाँ पे एक और 3 है, so then this will be another value, that is count equals to 2. No, Nandini, it is just 1. So this is a unique pair, right? You're just maintaining the count cells ki how many unique pairs are there, which are of the difference k. Agreed? So I'll just code it. Okay? I'll just code it. It will be much clear for you. Okay, just wait. Right? So I have a hash map. I need to traverse through the array. Okay, let me just get my size of the array. Okay. So let me just write h is less than n, I plus plus, and then let me just check if ARR, not if, I should be doing something like hm dot put the value ARR of I, comma, hm dot get or default, right, with the same value. So I hope, like I've explained it several times, I hope there's no one having this problem in this creating the frequency map, right? So this is how I created the frequency map. Agreed? Yeah, Nandini, there's only one pair that will be made, man. Increase. Okay, let me do that. Yeah, max. Sorry, guys. I can just zoom it off. Okay. So I've created a frequency map. Now it's the same thing. It's a simple thing, right? So now what I'll be doing is I'll be just writing if. So how to iterate to the map, guys? Tell me. You guys know how to iterate to the map? Key set. Correct. So I can write anything. Like not necessarily X. I can write it as I also. Right? I can write it as value also. Right? Anything. Okay. So it's just a name. Okay. So I've written key set. Like if value is not equals to 0, right? Take a second. If k is not equals to 0. Okay. So for that, there's another case. But for the other case, when k equals to 0, there's another case, right? So I'll be writing the code when k is not equals to 0, and I'll be writing the code when k is equals to 0, right? These are two cases. K equals to 0 पे मुझे कुछ नहीं करना. If hm dot get, if at all this guy get or default ना. I think get or default करने की जरूरत नहीं, get करना काफी है. Correct. So if I get this value as greater than 1, I'll just do count plus plus. Agreed, guys? बस इतना ही है ना कोड इसके लिए. Simple, right? हाँ, यहाँ पे if नहीं होगा, for होगा, correct? Right. तो यहाँ पे क्या होने वाला है? This is the only code for the line number 13 for in the case of k equals 0. But in the other case, I'll be just checking if mp नहीं hm dot get or default of not only I but I plus k, comma 0, right? और get और default मत नहीं करूंगा, I'll just do 0 नहीं, I'll just do contains की करूंगा, that is better, है ना guys? Right, I'll just get straight away a boolean value, right? So if this is present, if at all this is present, so weird using this keyboard, right? If at all this is greater, so I'll just do count plus plus. But this is the code, man. This is the code. The whole code for such big explanation. Guys, can you see what I'm doing? I've created a hash map, right? I've created a hash map. Hash map has been created. I'm traversing using its keys. Okay. I'm just checking कि I नहीं यहाँ पे value रखना होगा, correct? यहाँ पे I रखना नहीं होगा, value रखना होगा, correct? So if at all the value, if at all the value plus k is present, मतलब जो difference का element है, if at all that is present, count plus plus. If at all it is not present, if at all not present, don't do anything. But if the k value is not 0, in that case, just check if the frequency is, this is a frequency, right? If the frequency is greater than 1, if so, just increase the count. Correct? Contains wrongly spelled. Thank you. Right, this is the code, man. Let me run it. Let me check if it is working or not. It should be work, right? You can see that for this particular thing, it is working, right? But let me submit it. Yeah, it got accepted, right? Guys, is this making sense? Line number 9. See what I'm doing. So I'll just repeat it quickly. Okay. In line number 9, I'm traversing the hash map. Matlab, you have a hash map like this. Some value, man. 4 ka value 1 hai, 5 ka value 1 hai. Right? So I have a hash map. I'm just traversing through these elements. Okay, this is how you traverse through its key set. No, ye key set hai. These are values. Okay, these are values and these are key set. Right? So I'm traversing through these key sets, and in each iteration, value will have the value of each and every key. Correct. If the k value is not 0, okay, it means that there is a non-zero value. It could be negative, it could be positive. I'm just checking ki if, like for example, if the difference 2 wala element is present or not. Okay, matlab 1 plus 2, that is 3. If this is present or not, right? If at all it is present, do the it doesn't matter what is the frequency here, right? It doesn't matter what is the frequency here. But present hai, I can prepare one pair. So just increase the count. The frequency come into the picture when the k value is 0, right? So you can see that k value is 0 in this case. At that time, I'll just check key if the frequency is greater than 1. If it is greater than 1, it means that 1, 1 could be made, right? If at all it is greater than 1, 3, 3 could be made, right? So for that reason, I'm incrementing the count. Correct? Line 7, guys, line 7 मैं बहुत बार explain कर चुका हूँ. Like I've been doing it as past 2 classes, the same thing, right? So you're just putting this value against the whatever the value is present or the value 0 and add 1 to it. If you don't want to complicate it, okay, I can write it in this way as well. So if at all this is not you're not able to understand, okay, let's just write it in this way. If at all the particular value is already present, okay, then get its frequency, right? If it is present, then get hm dot put error of I and get its value because it's already present and add 1 to it. Like you are increasing the frequency, right? So you visited that value and you're getting you have visited that value again. So whatever the frequency is, add 1 to it and put it in the hash map. Okay. Else, okay, hm dot put 1. But this is the same code. These 4 lines, I've compressed it into 1 line using this. Okay, I've said it multiple times. Okay, I've said it multiple times in the class. Just view the recording. Okay, it will be much clearer. लाइन नंबर 15 में या हाय
सर सर मुझे ना ये पूछना था कि जो लाइन नंबर 9 पे फॉर लूप लिखा है आपने, फॉर ईच लूप, इसको फॉर लूप के थ्रू कैसे कर सकते हैं? ओनली
this
फॉर
one
लूप,
this
फॉर
one
लूप, ओनली फॉर लूप,
this one or this one, which one?
लाइन नंबर 14।
Right, so bro, like you can't access the elements the way you can access it in the arrays, right? Arrays में तुम only for loop यूज करके arr of I की तरह कर सकते हो, but you don't have any way of getting the keys in this way, है ना?
और सर इसमें फ्रीक्वेंसी, जैसे फ्रीक्वेंसी का कोई मैटर नहीं है क्या?
फ्रीक्वेंसी का
जैसे
मैटर है ना, दिस इज द फ्रीक्वेंसी। सी, फ्रीक्वेंसी का मैटर तब आता है जब k का वैल्यू 0 है, राइट?
अदरवाइज नहीं, कोई मतलब नहीं है फ्रीक्वेंसी।
नहीं नहीं,
के का वैल्यू 0 है तो फ्रीक्वेंसी बेटर है, अदरवाइज कोई मतलब नहीं है फ्रीक्वेंसी।
करेक्ट। तो देखो मैं फ्रीक्वेंसी कब कैलकुलेट कर रहा हूँ, ओनली व्हेन like this else statement belongs to this particular if statement na. So in the case where k is equals to 0, sorry,
yes
in
sir,
case
k
में,
is equals to 0,
so I'm just checking the frequency and I'm if the frequency is greater than 1 just doing the count, ठीक है? तो इस केस में like फ्लाइन नंबर 15 बहुत बार पूछ रहे लोग, I'm just checking कि k का फ्रीक्वेंसी like k का वैल्यू क्या है, राइट? अगर k 0 है इसका मतलब डिफरेंस नहीं है, तो सेम वैल्यू को ढूंढना है मुझे। तो सेम वैल्यू तो हमेशा प्रेजेंट है, राइट? बट पेयर बन पाएगा कि नहीं वो तो तभी पता चलेगा जब फ्रीक्वेंसी 1 से ज्यादा होगा।
जब फ्रीक्वेंसी 1 से ज्यादा होगा।
करेक्ट।
सर अगर हमारा कुछ भी इनपुट में मतलब 0, तो कोई भी फ्रीक्वेंसी मैच नहीं कर रहा, मतलब कि एलिमेंट प्रेजेंट नहीं आ रहा, तो
हाँ
देन
तो काउंट
क्या
0 होगा ना,
करना
काउंट देखो इनिशियली 0 था,
काउंट 0 रिटर्न कराना है।
लास्ट में 0 ही होगा, सही है कि नहीं?
कोई काउंट अपडेट नहीं होता, ओनली 0 प्रिंट करेगा।
हाँ, या किरण इवन इवन इन
और
दैट
सर
केस
सर
एक बार ड्राई रन करके सोचो, एक बार -5 के लिए +5 के लिए k इक्वल 0 के लिए उसके लिए भी काम करेगा ब्रो।
सर एक वो डाउट था। हेलो सर,
हाँ हाँ बोलो।
मुझे ना बस इतना जानना था कि एक बार ना आप, जैसे कि पोर्टल के क्वेश्चन है, इनपुट और आउटपुट के थ्रू एक क्वेश्चन करा दीजिए, तो उससे ये पता चल जाएगा, आइडिया हो जाएगा कि इनपुट इसमें कैसे लेते हैं और आउटपुट कैसे देते हैं।
Okay,
है इसमें
so like this question only I can just pick up like where is the assignment? Like man, my mouse fell down. Just wait guys. यार देखो इनपुट आउटपुट इतना भी बड़ी चीज नहीं है, लाइक
बट एक
रुको wait.
आइडिया हो जाएगा।
हाँ हाँ ओके ओके नो वरीज, if at all that is a concern, ठीक है, we can do it, ठीक है? Like this is the question I guess, pairwise sum, है ना? This is the question right? नहीं, this is different. Count sum is divisible by k, right? Subarray sum, which one? Subarray with distinct. Just tell me the question number. Okay, so we'll solve this question. Cool, no worries. We'll just solve a different question if at all this is not present. Let me just check.
Hashing one.
So I hope you guys did all these questions, guys. Correct? Hello.
Yes, sir.
I hope you guys did all these questions, right? So these are like may contains duplicate. These questions are pretty simple. Agreed?
Yes,
Okay.
but
like if you guys are facing any difficulty, let me know. We can discuss that particular question.
हाँ सर, जरूरी नहीं है कि यही क्वेश्चन कराओ, आप कोई भी एक क्वेश्चन करा दीजिए, उससे इनपुट आउटपुट का आइडिया हो जाएगा।
Okay, cool, no worries. So see, this is a question, subarray with zero sum, right? So you are given an array of positive numbers and negative numbers. Find if there's any subarray with sum 0, right? So how do you do this question, guys? एक बार सोचो इसके बारे में. I'll just give you a few minutes of time, like 1 minute of time. Like तुम्हें yes print करना है, no print करना है, ठीक है? It's not just boolean, ठीक है? So इसके लिए like we can code it here, ठीक है? I'll just show you how to code it here, ठीक है? Oh, I can see some chat pin popped up, man. Lot of chat. Yeah, find all anagrams. We can do that. Okay, I'll just explain the solution of find of anagrams. But this is also a good question. We'll solve this question. So how many of you did this question, guys? Chanchal, raise your hand, man. Raise your hand. I'll unmute you. You didn't raise your hand.
Hello there. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Batao.
In this last question in K pairs wale mein,
Mhm.
can you please explain me get value, hm dot get value? What is the functionality?
See, what's happening is, I've said this. Like, did you attend the last class?
Yeah, I attended, but it is not fully cleared.
Okay. So basically, you have a key value pair, right? A hash map is there. Hash map key value pair hoga. Like this guy might be pointing to 3. Some value like 4, 5 might be pointing to 10. 10 might be pointing to 15. Correct. So if you pick up this value and if you do hm dot get 1, you'll be getting the corresponding value. So this is the key basically, right? And whatever is the corresponding value, you'll be getting the value corresponding to that. So this particular statement will return a value 3.
Okay.
Correct. So in the same way, hm dot get 5, if you do, right, you'll be getting what?
10.
Bas itna hi hai.
But you are saving the value of the particular keys na, while you are traversing through the hash map.
So see, what's happening here is this is the kind of loop where in the first iteration, you'll be taking up the first value. Value will be having the value of 1. The second iteration, value will be having the value of 5. The third iteration, value will be having the value of 10. So you're in a way iterating to it, and in each iteration, this particular value int is taking up a new value.
Okay. Ultimately, it is saving the inside the value. It is ultimately key only.
Right. So you're getting the key set, right? So in each iteration, you're getting a new key inside the value of value variable.
Okay. If we access the key, we will get the value of that.
Bus.
Okay. Okay.
Like
That's why we are doing hm.get.
So like if at all this is causing confusion, I can just name it as key only, right?
Okay.
So I can just name it as key, and like you can see that I'm getting a value using a key, right? So this is how you get a value using a key, correct?
Okay. Now cleared, fully cleared.
Right.
So if we can do entry set, also now we can apply entry set.
Yeah, I've asked you
Okay,
guys to read that. Like if at all there's a map ka entry has 2 components. One is the key, another one is value. You can directly get dot value.
hm.get value, hm.get key.
Correct.
Okay.
Not hm dot, but whatever the entry is, entry name dot key and entry name dot value. Yeah. Cool, Chanchal.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. So see, guys, this is another beautiful question. This question is like according to me really important. Okay. So subarray with zero sum, right? So you have an array of all the positive values and negative values, right? And you're supposed to find if there's any subarray, right, with the sum 0. Okay. So sum 0, subarray with the sum 0, total sum as 0, right? So what does it mean? Like एक बार सोचो इसके बारे में, try to think कि how can you do it in a very brute force way? एक बार brute force way में सोचो कैसे कर सकते हैं इसको. So then we can just go and optimize it with any of the data structure we know. Nested loop में just tell me. Using two loops, that is very, अरे यार using two loops करके एक simple statement मत बोलो. Tell me something like कि I can say कि I'll be using two loops to generate the subarrays, right? All the subarray sums, and whichever subarray sum is 0, I'll just return that. ऐसे है ना? Like I'll just say कि yes or no. Agreed? Correct? So I'll just use a nested loop and I'll be generating all the subarray sums, right? And if at all the subarray ka sum is 0, then I'll print yes or else no. क्यों? Subarray, it's not that. ठीक है? तो मैं ऐसे लिख सकता हूँ एक चीज, like one thing I can write is this one. कि for I equals to 0, you know how to write, right? So I can write something like int sum equals to 0 initially. ठीक है? For j equals to I, right? J is less than n, j plus plus, right? I can write something like sum less of a of j, okay? And if sum equals to 0, I can just type directly print and return. Agreed? Do you guys agree this is the code? And are you guys able to capable enough of writing this code? Tell me this thing. किसी को इसमें doubt है? Right? So this is the n-square approach, right? Cadence algorithm, bro, like the things like that, na, you guys are just intermixing a lot of things. Okay? What is cadence algorithm? It is to find the maximum sum of an array, right? So it's not key to find if there is a zero sum. Right? You're not finding an optimal something. You're finding if there's a possibility of a particular sum. Okay? Guys, value might be see what I'm doing. So for example, if you want me to take up an example like 4, 3, minus 3, 4, right? You can see that yahan se you'll keep on adding ki 4 hoga, फिर 7 होगा, फिर like you can see that it is 4 again, right? You can see that 5 hoga. Like in that way, you're kind of adding the sum, right? And it will get resetted again. It will become 0 again, right? After this is done, again it will be starting from here, right? You'll be summing up till the end, and after that it will be reset again. Like from here you will be start summing up. In this way, you're covering all the subarray sums, and you're trying to find what is the, like if there is any subarray which is having sum 0. Simple code, correct? But problem n-square तो कभी नहीं लिख सकते हैं, right? n-square का मतलब है कि like if at all there are 10 power 10 entries, उसका into 10 power 10 times तुम्हें operations बनाना होगा, that is 10 power 20, which is really huge, right? So you can't do that. Okay? So now tell me how to do it. Which data structure will you use? Definitely at some times, at such times you will be going for right, you should be going for stacks and stuff, right? So I'll be using hashing, right? So subarray with sum 0, right? This is the question, right? So guys, just pay attention here. Okay? Guys, and like there's a small request from my side. Okay? So don't spam too much in the chat. Okay? So it is kind of like I'm opening it again and again. I'm getting like flow is getting break. Okay? So yeah, I'm asking questions. Okay? But just respond. Like if you're facing a negative response, okay, ki nahi, you didn't understand, then go for it. Just go using the chat. For yes, don't do it. Okay? That's an request, so that like I can, like if at all you guys are understanding it, I can smoothly proceed. Okay? So yeah, so I'm saying if you have an array like this, some array, this is an array, right? So what I am feeling is key, let me find a concept called, like I'll be finding the cumulative sum. Okay? Let me name it as cumulative sum. Matlab, you'll just write 4 here. Okay? You'll just write 7 here. Matlab 4 plus 3. 7 plus minus 3, that is 4 here. Correct? 4 plus 1, that is 5 here. Right? 5 plus 6, that is 11 here. This is a cumulative sum. Matlab, this particular sum will include what sum from 0 to n minus 1. This sum will include from 0 to n minus 2. Right? This sum will include from 0 to 0. Right? Cumulative sum banaya. Right? So what I can see is like if I want to show it to you in a mathematical terms, okay, so you can see that at any point, okay, at any point, if you have an array like this, okay, if you found an sum that is some x, okay, yahan tak ka sum x hai, right? And आगे जाके ही भी somewhere you found the value called x again, like you're cumulatively finding the sum. Okay, even this particular part is x and this particular part is also x. I'm just saying, can I say if this part is x and this part is also x, okay, can I say whatever you added after the x summed up to 0? Can I say this thing? Think about it. Like there can be many questions forming using this technique of hashing. है ना? चंचल समझ नहीं आया? देखो bro, देखो, this is mathematical representation, like this is the actual representation. You're finding the sum of these values, man. Like it is some x value, right? So I'm finding sum of these values as well. ठीक है, this is also x, मतलब x in the sense same value. You can see that यहाँ पे practical example, यहाँ पे you can see that इसका value 4 है, right? And you can see that इसका भी value 4 है, correct? इसका मतलब क्या हुआ, यहाँ पे 4 है, in after 4 whatever you added they are nothing but 0, right? That is the reason again it is 4. Like whatever you added they are summing up to 0 value. That is the reason why it is x. There is no other possibility कि ये x हो सकता है अगर ये x already आ गया, दोनों का starting point same है तो. चंचल, is this clear? So तुम क्या करोगे guys, अगर to just check, मेरे हिसाब से तुमको क्या करना है, ऐसे ऐसे सम फाइंड करोगे 4 7 4 5 11 एंड उसको मेरे हिसाब से हैश मैप में डाल दो या हैश सेट में डाल दो, जस्ट पुश इट, राइट? एट एवरी पॉइंट जस्ट चेक कि इफ इट इज प्रेजेंट और नॉट, इफ इट इज प्रेजेंट और नॉट. अगर प्रेजेंट है क्या करोगे, यस प्रिंट कर देना. कितना सिंपल है लेकिन कितना इफेक्टिव आइडिया. Like in just one pass, you're just passing it once big of n में, you're just able to check if there are any, like at every point you'll be checking if this value is already present in the hash map. If it is present, it means that bro, you got it. You have, like from that point till this point, all the values you added are summing up to 0. So you're good to go. So let me write it in a more practical way. Okay, so let me just mark it as prefix of I is nothing but a of 0, a of 1, a of 2 till a of I. Agreed? Prefix of j is a of I, a of 1 till a of j. Okay, but I'm just assuming j is greater than I. So this is the assumption, right? So if prefix of I and prefix of j, prefix मतलब ये वाला sum है ना, if prefix of cumulative sum, ठीक है, if both of them are equal, मतलब दोनों को इक्वल कर दो, ठीक है, इसका मतलब है देन, इसका मतलब है कि a of 1 till a of I is equal to a of 0 plus a of 1 till a of I till a of j, right? मतलब यहाँ पे I plus 1 ही होगा. They both are equal, right? Can you cancel all these things? You can see that you can cancel all these things and they will be nothing but 0, right? So a of I plus 1 plus a of I plus 2 till a of j is nothing but 0. हाँ, nice question, man. Pawan, I really like your question, man. Pawan, you're too good. Okay, you are guys are asking me the right questions. Asking the right questions means that you're understanding it in a right way. ठीक है, लेकिन हमारे क्वेश्चन में अब तक यस ही प्रिंट हो रहा है. ठीक है, तो हम उसके बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे अभी. अब बताओ कैसे करोगे, कैसे करेंगे, हाउ डू वी डू इट? लाइक लेंथ, इफ पवन, ऐसे भी हो सकता है कि फाइंड द, लाइक दिस क्वेश्चन कुड बी एक्सटेंडेड इन अ वे कि फाइंड द, लाइक द सेम क्वेश्चन का वेरिएशंस दिखाता हूं तुम लोग को. लेट मी, क्वेश्चन इज कि फाइंड द largest subarray with sum 0. Correct? Because length of j minus length of I, that's cool, but how do you know what is the length of I? Because the question is for you, तुम आंसर करो बस. right? You need to store it somewhere, right? So this could be a question, right? So the question could be find a for subarray first, like largest subarray with sum 0, na? Find the length of largest subarray with sum 0. This could be also another question. ठीक है, अभी तो we got the simplest question कि subarray with sum 0 present है कि नहीं, yes or no. एकदम बच्चों वाला क्वेश्चन है ये. इसका वेरिएशन देखो कि find the largest subarray with the sum 0. How do you do it? मेरे हिसाब से, you know guys, मेरे हिसाब से the hash map, ठीक है, need to not only find the not only just choose the sum, but also it need to choose the array as the value, right? So यहाँ पे we have this thing as 5 and then what, 1 and 6, right? So the sub prefix sum is 4 now. Now it is 7. 7 का index 1 है, right? 4 का index, like 4 का index, ठीक है? I should not update it, correct? I should just only see कि 4 is present or not. Yes, it is present. So whatever is the index, ठीक है? 2 minus 0, मतलब whatever this value is, plus 1 करूंगा, that is the length. I won't update it. I won't make it to 4 again. Now I'm here, ठीक है? Now 4 मतलब 5 हुआ, right? 5 is at index 3. 11 is at index 4, correct? So you can see that at any point, in case, for example, यहाँ पे like you have a value called -7, right? You can see that 7 minus 11 minus 7 is 4 again, right? So at that point, again 4 is present with the value 0, right? And the index here is 5, correct? So you need to do 5 minus 0 plus 1, right? That is the reason why I'm not updating the value of 4, correct? If I had updated the value of 4, I won't be getting the longest, correct? So this is the length. I'll update this length because it's the maximum length. So are you guys able to see how I did find the length of the largest subarray with the sum 0? I am storing the index as well as the value. Okay, this is the prefix sum and the corresponding index. Okay, the moment I'm finding the same sum, I'm finding the previous one index and I'm subtracting and adding 1 to it, जिससे मेरे को length मिलेगा. How cool is that? So see 7, देखो 7, 5 and 11 ये जो बोल रहा हूँ ना, these are just prefix sums है ना. तो यहाँ पे like initially 4 है, right? यहाँ पे 7 है, correct? And 7 plus -3 is 4 again, right? 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 plus 6 is 11. 11 plus -7, that is 4, correct? तो ये चीजें मैं यहाँ पे लिख रहा हूँ, correct? With the corresponding index as well, ठीक है? The moment I'm finding the same value again, ठीक है, आई एम जस्ट सब्ट्रैक्टिंग द करंट वैल्यू, मतलब जैसे 2 पे फाइंड हुआ, 5 पे फाइंड हुआ, आई एम जस्ट सब्ट्रैक्टिंग द करंट वैल्यू विद द प्रीवियसली स्टोर्ड वैल्यू, मतलब फर्स्ट टाइम व्हेन इट वाज एनकाउंटर्ड, आई एम जस्ट सब्ट्रैक्टिंग विद इट टू फाइंड द लार्जेस्ट लेंथ. Okay, cool. So see guys, like I hope you guys understood how this particular thing is happening, right? So what I'm basically doing is I'm calculating all the indices, matlab I'm calculating all the sum, matlab I'm calculating a of 0, I'm calculating a of 0 plus 1, and I'm calculating a of 0 plus a of 1 plus a of 2, right? In that way I'm calculating for each and every value and I'm mapping it with the index. ठीक है, यहाँ तक समझ में आया सबको? बताओ, करेक्ट है ना? Now देखो I के लिए it will be something like this, and if at all I found the same value, J के लिए भी I found the same value, अगर J ज्यादा है इससे, it means that from I plus 1 to J all the values are 0. ये भी समझ में आ गया सबको? करेक्ट, करेक्ट. So अगर at any point if I found the same sum which is already present in my hash map, so the current index minus whatever the first index that it was encountered, will be the length of my subarray which is 0. Agreed? मतलब I से लेकर j तक, मतलब j minus I plus 1 is the length of the subarray, of this subarray. Agreed? Which is 0. Correct? Correct? Right? See guys, like this is the part, man. This is the part that is 0, right? Because previously it's the same thing, same value. Now also it's the same value. So whatever you added from I till j, it is 0, right? So I plus 1, I plus 2, I plus 3, and till I of j, it is 0, right? So these guys, इसका लेंथ क्या होने वाला है? j minus I plus 1. तो पहले जो स्टोर हुआ I वैल्यू, अभी जो करंट वैल्यू है j वैल्यू, उस दोनों के बीच में डिफरेंस होगा ना तुम्हारा लेंथ, और जो भी मैक्सिमम आता रहेगा उसको मैं ऐड करता रहूंगा. व्हाट इज द मैक्सिमम वैल्यू? हाउ कूल इज दिस? हाँ करेक्ट सुष्मिता, करेक्ट. वी आर डूइंग +1. सोच लो एक बार क्यों +1 कर रहे हैं. लाइक एक बार सोचना कि हाउ मेनी नंबर्स आर दिस, हाउ मेनी, व्हाट इज द लेंथ ऑफ दिस एरे? टेल मी गाइस. इट इज 10, राइट? लेकिन इस वैल्यू को और इस वैल्यू को तुम सब्ट्रैक्ट करोगे, 10 minus 1, इट विल बी 9. लेकिन आई शुड बी इंक्लूडिंग दिस वैल्यू एज वेल, राइट? सो आई विल डू +1, इट विल बी 10. करेक्ट, सेम लॉजिक. हाँ, +1 क्यों कर रहा हूँ, राइट? हमारा क्वेश्चन जो है ये बच्चा वाला क्वेश्चन है, इसमें बस यस प्रिंट करना है. लेकिन एक्चुअल क्वेश्चन जो है इसमें लेंथ भी प्रिंट करना होगा, और ऐसे भी हो सकता है कि तुम्हें सबेरे भी प्रिंट करना पड़ेगा, लाइक दिस. उसमें भी कुछ नहीं करना, आई और जे को नोट कर लो, राइट? एंड लाइक एट द एंड जस्ट प्रिंट इट. ठीक है? सो लेट्स गो टू अ ब्रेक. ठीक है, आई थिंक पीपल आर रिक्वेस्टिंग, राइट? राइट, we'll go on a break, just a 15-minute break. ठीक है, मुझे भी गाना गाना है. So we'll be back. ठीक है, we'll be back. And Arundhati, nice question again. Like he says I mean he says कि what if whole array is 0? मतलब some values like 3, 4, and then comes -3, and then 4, -4, something like this. What if all the values are 0? What if that is the case? है ना? So even for this case it will work. You can see the sum prefix sum 3 है, 7 है. You can see that it is again 4. I'm sorry, just what? 7 minus 3 is 4, right? So 4, now it is 0 again, right? So the moment it is 0, the prefix sum is 0. Like I can say that this is the largest one. Whenever the value is 0, the sum is 0, that is the largest. Because 0 का मतलब है कि starting से ending तक it is 0, right? So this will be the largest one. So it will be like 0 के लिए I can, like hash map में I can just mark it as -1 initially. या मैं I can write an if case में कि whenever it is 0, just mark that is the largest array. Correct? Nice question, वैसे. This is one of the educations which we need to consider, right? So the time is 9:54, right? So 9:54 plus, so we'll be back at 10:15 or 10:12 के आसपास. ठीक है? So have a break, cool, make your mind cool. ठीक है? We'll solve the questions again today as well. ठीक है? So we'll solve the assignment questions as well. Don't worry. But understanding is really important. ठीक है? So try to code. To the people who don't want the break, try to code on your own. ठीक है? है ना? Try to code on your own. जैसे like this question, subarray with sum 0 ना. So I'll just find the same question in the lead code. ठीक है? You can see this is another see, this is another question. Largest subarray with sum 0, right? Try this question, guys. I'll just put it in the chat box. Try this question. अगर तुम लोग को और भी चुल मच रही है, मतलब ये भी हो गया तो नहीं सर ब्रेक पे जा रहा है, तो try to do this question, subarray with sum given sum. Try this question. This is another classic question of hashing. Like इस पे ही क्वेश्चन पूछा जाएगा, right? So I'll just like, yeah. So this is another question, ma'am. Try this question as well. This is another variation of the question. I'm putting the links in the chat box, man. थोड़ा ध्यान से देखो, दोनों का link डाल दिया. ठीक है? If you guys don't want the break, try to think on this. ठीक है? I told you, DSA is not learning the solutions, it's about thinking for the solutions and developing the mindset. Correct? So I'll be back at 10:15. ठीक है? See you there. सोच लेना, and 15 minutes is very less for you guys to think about these questions. पेन पेपर लो, सोचो आराम से. This question is really cool. ठीक है? इसका और extension है, right? This is similar to what we have done. Same logic सोचो इसके बारे में. Like you guys can think of the same logic. जैसे ये logic है, वैसे ही logic है, right? But थोड़ा सोचना पड़ेगा तुम लोग. Yeah, hi guys. Hello. Are you guys there? Hello. हाँ ब्रो, ब्रेक खत्म हो गया. ब्रेक खत्म हो गया. तो थोड़ा लेट हुआ, but cool. Had a great dinner. Yeah, hi. हाँ, so guys, like I think काफी लोगों ने properly use किया इस break को, जो खाना खाने नहीं गया. Right? Arundhati is done with the question. Which question exactly? Which question exactly are you done with? Sabare sum equal k. Okay, great. Great. Can you just unmute yourself and just tell me the logic as if you're telling it to an interviewer? Like, just raise your hand. I'll unmute you and we can have that discussion. Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. So actually, I did it by putting the creating a
Nahin.
hash map.
No, not like that. Like as if you're explaining a solution. Okay? So there's a difference between explaining it to like someone whom you're teaching. There's a difference between telling it to the person who is trying to see if you know it or not, right? So you'll be covering all the aspects of that and provide me the solution. Ki how did you solve this question? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Firstly, we traverse the given array,
Mm-hmm.
and then we create a hash map.
Mm-hmm.
Before traversing the array, we initially put 0 and 1 in case
So what is that hash map? See, be very
Hash map
specific to very statements. Yeah.
Okay, we create a hash map of integer type, and the value we store is frequency. So again, integer type map to an integer type.
Okay, integer type mapping to integer type, and what is the hash map storing?
So the sum prefix sum mapped to frequency.
To the frequency or the index?
So I'm telling about the subarray sum equals k.
Okay, so you are basically saying ki you'll be creating a hash map. See how you'll be telling the same statement. Okay, so I'll create a hash map and I'll store the prefix sum against its frequency in that hash map.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
So initially we put the 0 sum in case we encounter the same prefix sum again. That's why. So yeah, now we traverse the array and we keep on putting the sum of we keep on increasing this prefix sum and then we check if the hash map contains sum minus the k value. If it is present, then we increment the count value by map.get the frequency basically.
Okay, so here you're supposed to return what? Total number of subarrays, right?
Right.
So that is the reason why you're taking the frequency.
Yes.
Correct. So what if you are asked what is the length of the subarray?
Then we need index because then
Correct.
we'll do end index
So
minus
instead
five.
of just taking a frequency which is of no use, you can directly use something called hash set, right? So I'm just saying, you can use something called hash set as well. Agreed?
Actually, I'm not very clear
Yeah.
with the implementation of hash set.
No, there's nothing, man. Like hash set is very simple. Okay, hash set में कुछ नहीं है. Like instead of key value pair, you will just put key. That's it.
Okay.
Even though time complexity won't change, nothing won't change, but it is just unnecessary. Unnecessarily, you're just checking the frequency, right? It is having no point, correct?
So, but we increment the value using the frequency, right?
So,
as in the number of subarrays. If
okay, great. Yes,
so
I understood. So you're okay, right. So I'm just thinking about the length. Okay, right. So you will be maintaining the number of times the particular subarray has been encountered, right? So the next time you encounter a value which is sum minus k, which is the same value, you will be adding the frequency of that particular subarray. Correct?
Yes.
Great. I really like the solution. So that's exactly how you do it. So see, guys, let me just summarize what Arundhati has said. And great, man, brilliant, right? So what she said, what she just said is, key, for example, you have a same array like this. For example, till here, it is sum 1. Okay, tell me if I'm right or no, Arundhati. Okay. So if at all you encounter sum 2, okay, at any point, and at every point, you'll just check if sum 2 minus k is present or not. Correct? Hello? Guys, are you seeing this thing? Huh. Ek second dekho. Sum 2 minus k, if at all it is present, if at all this guy is nothing but equal to sum 1, it means that this particular thing is nothing but k. सोचो इसके बारे में. Sum 2 minus k is present in the hash map. ठीक है? So this is a k. Correct? It could be possible that there is another value same as someone again. So इसीलिए, right, even this could be a value k. Correct? यहाँ पे 0 0 कुछ, यहाँ पे zeros होंगे. Fine. It's fine. Correct? So what she is doing is she is just maintaining the frequency of how many times we encountered the same prefix sum. Correct or wrong? Right? So you can see that यहाँ पे 2 बार encounter हुआ sum. ठीक है? So in the hash map, when you do map dot get sum1, you'll be getting 2 as the answer. It means that there are 2 times someone is being encountered. Correct? So it means that there are 2 subarrays with the size with the value k in it. Correct? This one and this one. How cool is that, guys? Right? I'll take an example, no worries. But I guess understanding it in a mathematical sense, key at every point you'll put it into a hash map and increase its frequency. You can see that this particular sum1 is occurring twice. Okay? So when sum2 occurs, sum2 minus k, I'm checking if it is present in this hash map or not. If it is present, how many times it is present? It is present 2 times. It means that 2 subarrays can be appended after sum1 to get the sum2. मतलब देखो sum1 plus k equals to sum2, है ना? So see this k, right? So this k, like how many times someone is present, that many times k is also present, right? Because you have 1 time sum, correct? एक बार सोचो इसके बारे में. Brilliant, like brilliant solution है. I'll give you some time. Like think, how this is similar to what we did with the zero. Zero mein k 0 hai, right? So you are just checking if the same sum is present or not. But now this is an extension of that question. Correct, guys? Isn't this an extension of that question? Yeah, Chanchal. Raise your hand.
हेलो उदय.
Yeah, बताओ.
उदय, इसका अप्रोच मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है बिल्कुल. जो आपने लास्ट 0 वाला भी बताया, उसको थोड़ा सा आप अगर क्लैरिफाई करें तो.
Last 0 वाला in the sense कि this one?
From the assignment one.
हाँ, assignment वाला ना. So that is like this particular question, right?
Yeah, this the approach you are applying on that particular question. I'm not getting very clear with that.
Okay, so basically, bro, see what I'm doing is I'm just taking a variable. Okay.
Okay.
एक बार ध्यान से सुनना. ठीक है, I'm taking a variable which is getting added by each value. मतलब पहले 0 था उसका वैल्यू, अभी 4 हो जाएगा, यहाँ आते ही 7 हो जाएगा, यहाँ आते ही 4 हो जाएगा, right? In that way I'm getting it, right? So that is called prefix sum. ठीक है, the variable का नाम prefix sum है, right? You understand by the method prefix sum, right? It is just the sum of the values from 0th index to the ith index, correct?
Okay.
Okay. So the moment you are encountering a value, okay, you are just putting it inside a hash map by checking if it is present already or not.
Okay.
जैसे 4 आया, 4 I'm putting it against 0. 7 आया, I'm putting it against 0.
By doing get or default.
Sorry?
By doing get or default.
Not exactly by get or default. If at all it is not present, ठीक है, मतलब if at all it is not present, then I am putting it into the hash map. But if it is present, ठीक है, for example 4, यहाँ पे भी 4 again we got it, but it is already present, right? It means that you're finding a sum by adding one after the other from the starting. You already found that value, again you're finding the same value, right? You already found that value and put it in the hash map. Again
Okay.
you're finding the same value. It means that बीच में जो भी ऐड किया सब जीरो है. ये तो सोचना ही पड़ेगा तुम्हें खुद. देखो मैथमेटिकली आल्सो आई शोड यू कि अगर ये दोनों सेम है, प्रीफिक्स ऑफ आई और प्रीफिक्स ऑफ जे सेम है, अगर जे बाद में आया तो ये जो एलिमेंट्स है ना, लाइक मैथमेटिकली दोनों सेम है, दोनों को एक्सपैंड करने पे यू कैन इजीली कैंसिल देम. एंड मैथमेटिकली आई कैन शो दैट कि i+1 i+2 till i+j the subarray का subarray is 0. Agreed? हाँ, तो यही लॉजिक है ब्रो. तो ऑलरेडी प्रेजेंट है, तो लाइक एट दिस इंडेक्स जैसे 0 होता है फर्स्ट इंडेक्स सेकंड इंडेक्स है, अगेन एट द सेकंड इंडेक्स आई एम गेटिंग द सेम वैल्यू. इट मींस दैट ऑलरेडी जो प्रेजेंट है उसको मैं गेट करके +1 करके, डोंट यू थिंक आई कैन गेट द लेंथ ऑफ द सब एरे?
या श्योर.
बस वही कर रहा हूँ, लेंथ ऑफ द सब एरे. और मुझे ये करने की जरूरत नहीं है. असाइनमेंट क्वेश्चन इतना सिंपल है कि तुम्हें ये भी करने की जरूरत है, तुम्हें यस और नो करना है. सो शैल वी जस्ट कोड इट डाउन फॉर यू?
या श्योर.
ओके, तो ये लॉजिक समझ में आया कि नहीं, कि हाउ यू आर गेटिंग द लेंथ? ठीक है,
हाँ, ये समझ में आ गया.
ठीक है, तो लेट मी जस्ट डू इट नाउ अभी क्या क्या है, लेट मी जस्ट लुक एट द इनपुट. लाइन 1 कंटेन्स द n, ठीक है, एंड लाइन 2 कंटेन्स n डिनोटिंग एलिमेंट्स. ठीक है, तो so what I'll be doing is I'll be creating a value n and I'll be creating a scanner. Right, so I can just get it in this way if I'm not wrong. Correct, I got the value n. Agreed?
Yeah.
Right, now let me create a array of size n, right, and let me run a loop. Right, let me run a loop and get that, put that value inside this. Isn't this cool? Right, you found this value, you found everything. ठीक है, अभी तुम्हें you need to create a method called which will be returning a value called boolean, है ना? Boolean find 0 subarray, something like this. Find 0 subarray. Okay, so this is the name, right? This guy is taking a array, right, and that's it. Okay. So what I'll be doing is right now, this guy will be just taking a variable, some variable that is equals to 0, and we'll be just making another value n. I can pass the value n, but no need, है ना? But it will be passed in array. So let me just run a loop to find the sum. Okay, if wait, and I'll be adding the sum. Is this clear, like how I'm adding the sum?
Yeah.
Correct. Now I'll be putting it into the hash map, so I need to create an hash map, right? Okay. Right, let me create a hash map which is of integer and integer, because you're just storing the like I've created a hash map and I'm pushing this value, the sum value, that is mp dot push, not push, put, right? Put the sum against its index for now, right? My question is, when will you put it? When will you put it? If mp dot contains key If at all it is present, right? If at all it is present, then you don't put it. Okay, then you will just directly return true because it is already present. Iska matlab hai ki bro, you found it, you found the treasure, right? But if at all it is not present, only then you will push. This is correct.
Yeah, correct.
But like at the end also you didn't write, so you'll just return the false. But this is how I created a method. Simple, right? Now here I'll be writing, so I'll be calling this function, right? So I'll be just writing something like this. If नाम क्या उसका? So see, this is the driver code I'm talking about. This is the only code which you need to write, which I feel like this is too trivial. So that is the reason I don't write it. But if at all you guys feel ki like this is also difficult, then like write, मतलब करना होगा, इतना भी difficult नहीं है ना? So देखो, I'll be printing yes. ये सब जरूरी नहीं है मुझे, क्योंकि everything is taken care by the that guy, है ना? कौन है उसका नाम? Lead code. Correct. So this is the, I think this is the code, man. This is pretty much the code. Okay. So you're finding a value, and if that value is already present, then returning true. If it is not, like obviously ये return नहीं हुआ, मतलब it is not present, so I'm putting it against this value. Okay. So let me run the code. Test input यही देंगे, and 5 होगा इसके पहले. Run the code. I think yes and हाँ. Okay, so I need to make this as static as well, because why? Tell me, guys. Do you guys know? Hello? पता है क्या किसी को? Why this should be static? I can see some chat. हाँ, correct. Oh, 2 out of 8 test cases failed. Okay, cool. Let me check. एक बार देखता हूँ बाद में. Like I think I'm missing some test cases. Let me check. तो उसके पहले it's because किसी like any method or that will be created only when the main class का object is created. ठीक है? So if at all the main class object is not created, okay, if you want them to be just like be accessible without being creating the main method, then I need to put them as static, right? Because this is a static method, right? Here you're not creating. But if at all you want to call it, I should be creating a main method. I should be creating a main method object, and then I should call main method object का name dot find zero subarray, right? That is the first thing. ठीक है? And I think let me just debug it कि क्यों काम नहीं कर रहा. ठीक है? So एक बार देखना दो मुझे. Print yes if there exists a subarray with sum 0, otherwise print no, right? Subarray is also, ठीक है? 0 भी तो sum होता है ना, right? That is one of the case which I missed. Okay, so either sum is 0 or mp dot contains key is already present. ठीक है, इन दोनों cases में you will be returning true. ठीक है, I think यही miss कर रहा हूँ मैं. And कुछ let me see. What is the size का? ठीक है, arrays का size. See, so see, there's another thing कि there could be 10 power 4 values, and each value is 10 power 5. So if I add them, even then it is 10 power 9. It is coming under the integer overflow, right? Integer range, correct? So you should always check this thing. What is the range? If it is like, if you're summing it up in a sum, okay, if at all it is exceeding the sum ka maximum range, okay, if at all it is exceeding, then you should be using long. But I can see that it is not exceeding here. It is 10 power 9 only. So cool. I think these are pretty much, I think यही है गलती एक. Let me just see. क्या हुआ? Okay, it is still failing. Okay. I can see some. When ARR equals to 0, क्या होगा? Yeah, even correct, man. Correct. Even that is another thing, na. So see, subarray is not necessarily a prefix subarray, na. It could be possible that a single element is 0, but again, if at all a single element is 0, guys, just tell me this thing. कि if at all you have some array x size x, यहाँ पे एक 0 element है. So even this guy is also x, na. Don't you agree with me? Right? So I think the problem here is कि I'm checking कि भी a of x है, यहाँ पे मुझे sum देखना चाहिए. Such a big mistake. Why? I don't think क्यों इतने सारे क्यों चलने लग गया? I don't know, man. They shouldn't be working. Like these many cases should not be working. Right? I think great coincidence. See, ARR of 0, you should not be explicitly maintaining that. Okay? If a of I is equals to 0, so that in the sense will be covered inside this, right? Because यहाँ पे भी x है, यहाँ पे भी x है, it will be covered. It will be found out in this case only, right? So the mistake which I'm doing is instead of sum, I'm putting a of I, okay, which obviously is wrong. Correct? Yes, Saya, let me submit it. Let me think if there are any other cases. Yeah, I think it's correct, right? So that is a like error, man. Like that is a blunder actually from my side. I'm sorry. Yeah. ठीक है. So see, this is how I did it. And according to me, this question is, there's no need of using any hash map as well, because you're not using the value, na. So you can do it in hash set also. But the same question, like the same question, this question needs the particular hash map, right? I mean, because you're storing, you need to store the index, right? You need to store what is the index, and you need to subtract that index to find the largest L. So do you want me to do this question, guys? Do you want me to code this question? बताओ. Like it's the same thing, man. Like the same code. देखो same code है, लेकिन यहाँ पे instead of directly returning true, ठीक है, you will be maintaining one variable maximum length, जो maximum length को लेता है, either j minus I, मतलब अभी जो I minus this particular value, मतलब mp dot put get value plus 1 या current value, बस इतना ही फर्क है. Like there's one variable that you need to include, बस game over. समझ में आया guys? Correct. So I'll just put this solution in this. Okay. So what you need to do is कि यहाँ पे एक variable weight find करो, and you do this thing math dot max कि either that value answer or I minus mp dot get sum plus 1. बस ये like either this one or the answer. ठीक है, बस ये करना है तुम लोग को. That's just the only thing you need to do. कि कौन सा पड़ा है. But if at all सबेरे return करने के लिए बोला ना, so at that time तुम्हें you should mark what is this value and what is this value. Then at the end you need to create that subarray and then you need to return it. ठीक है? So these are the variations of the questions that could be formed, man. ठीक है? Correct. So I'll send you the link. No worries. I already sent this link in the chat, but I'll send you again. ठीक है? Correct. I'll add in the docs. Don't worry. Our docs ready है पूरा. We'll add all the code and everything here. ठीक है? But that is the only difference. ठीक है? Cool. So even this question, इस question के लिए, now instead of 0, the sum became k. ठीक है? So instead of that same value, instead of searching for the same value, you should be search for sum minus k, if it is present or not. How many times it is present? The number of times it is present, that many times you need to add that value into the answer. ठीक है? This is little tricky. ठीक है? We can do this tomorrow after you do that, or take this as the homework. ठीक है? And I'll do that. I'll do this question right now. ठीक है? Anything is fine. All anagrams question from the assignment. Okay. So I think there's a lot of popularity in this question. What is this question? Like what is the inference you got from this question? Anything, any developments you had? Where is the question, guys? नीचे hashing 1 में. Okay. Okay, let me just scroll down. Okay. Not here, not here. Acha, find all anagrams. Oh, acha, this question. Okay. So I'll just discuss the approach now. Okay. So let me just clear this thing. How to clear it? Guys, like what is that inference you got from this question? मतलब क्या क्या सोचा था तुम लोगों ने इस question के बारे में? What are the approaches you had? ठीक है? Obviously, I won't discuss this completely. ठीक है? Like I'll give you one more day time. ठीक है? Like we can discuss the approach right now, and like tomorrow we can actually code and implement it just like we are doing that. ठीक है? So that after the approach is clear for you, ठीक है? You guys can actually maybe it is possible that you can code it. Okay, so what is that approach you're thinking? What are the approaches you're thinking? Like you're given two see, you're given two strings, right? And you're given an array, like you are supposed to return an array. Okay, return an array. Okay, return an array मतलब इसमें you need to print that array. Okay, but usually if at all you find the same question in lead code. Okay, I think I already opened this question for you guys. Where is it? Yeah, we are supposed to do this question today as well. Okay, so this has been pending from the last class, right? So we'll do this question. Okay, so yeah, what I'm saying is you are given actually not this, sorry, yeah. So you're given two strings and you're supposed to return what are the, like you are supposed to return all the return all the array of all the start indices of p anagrams in S. Okay, so S is the bigger string and P is the smaller one, right? So you may return the order in any order. Cool. So you know what's an anagram, right? It's a jumbled word of a particular element, right? So what basically we'll be doing is कि एक बार सोचो इसके बारे में कि you have this particular string, ठीक है? C B A B A B A C D, ठीक है? You have another string called P, ठीक है? तो इसका anagrams find करना है in this, correct? तो you can see that जहां पे ABC मिलेगा, that is called an anagram, correct? Guys, so like try to think about this thing. You can't jumble it, you can't shuffle this thing, ठीक है? So मेरे हिसाब से like at this position you can see that like if at all you put ABC here, you can see that like that is the reason why 0 has been written, because at this particular index, okay, at this particular index till this particular position, you can see that the same characters are being shuffled, right? ABC is being shuffled as CBA, correct? Right? So I told this thing about anagrams, right? So how do you find two anagrams? Like how can you say that they are anagrams? Like we have discussed this thing about anagrams. How do you do it? How can you say two strings are same as anagrams? Sort the string nahi bhai. That is a different approach. Okay? Sort the thing is to identify them because you can't create so many hash maps, right? So think about this thing. Ki the hash map of this and hash map of this is same. Do you guys agree? Correct. So those strings are anagrams if both their hash maps are same. The +1 and -1 wala technique is just that because they are same. So if you +1 and if you -1, they will be 0 at the end. Okay. Lekin both the hash maps are same. That lies the foundation for our two values to be like two strings to be called as anagrams. Correct? है कि नहीं, guys? Do you guys agree with this statement? right? So like try to like, if both the hash maps, like you can easily create what is the hash map for this, and this will be constant, right? So can you think of a way to create a hash map of the same size as this guy, okay? And you keep on kind of moving it. मतलब इसको add किया, इसको add किया, just check if this is another one, if this is another one, like kind of sliding window की तरह. Can you guys try to think it? मतलब इतना ही है बस. Like at the end तुम्हें hash maps compare करना होगा, correct? So what I feel is, मेरे हिसाब से एक बार सोचो इसके बारे में. If you created just the hash map for these 3 elements, ठीक है? Listen to this. Don't go into sliding window. Don't go into sliding window yet. Don't use such technical terms. They are not actually any great topics. Okay? So they are just fancy names given to simple algorithms, right? We'll discuss that sliding window. But right now, imagine creating hash map just for these 3 values. एक बार बताओ मुझे, ठीक है? And there is a method called equals, ठीक है? Just to compare कि hash map दोनों equal है कि नहीं, ठीक है? तो hm dot equals, like this is equals method is a general method. ठीक है? This is to compare if any 2 objects are same or not. ठीक है? Like string, like you can make one string equal to another string, right? str, in that way this will return true or false, correct? So try to think if you had created a hash map for these 3 values only, ठीक है? उसके बाद, like if at all they are same, then great. उसके बाद try to think कि try to include this value, like to add this value and remove this value. Like you can maintain one index that is removing this value. You can do this thing, right? hm dot remove sc dot caret I position. At the ith position, you are removing the character, correct? From the hash map itself. You can see that this hash map is not equals to this. So why don't you just search for this as well? Like include this into the hash map. मतलब b का frequency बढ़ाओ, ठीक है? It's not just hash map. You can use a frequency array as well, right? So frequency array, I told you how to use a frequency array, right? In this way, right? New int 26 elements, and frequency array, each element is character minus a, right? You can do plus plus or you can do minus minus. So यहाँ पे do minus minus and यहाँ पे do plus plus, and do check if they both are same or not, the frequency is same or not. Or you can directly go use a hash map and use this method to check if it is same or not. It's more of an implementation question. It's not a difficult question. ठीक है? ये implementation का question है. The moment you encounter key they both are same, just return that index into the list of the array. Simple na? So I'll just show you once. I'll just kind of try run and show you. Right? एक बार देखो इसके बारे में. See, this guy is having a frequency map of A1, B1, C1. ठीक है? The implementation might be a little different, ठीक है? But मेरे दिमाग में सबसे पहले यही आ रहा है. तो तुम भी try to create a hash map for these things. You can see that A1, B1, C1, right? And it is matching. So you can just point 0 as the answer. उसके बाद try to remove, like try to add this thing E1, right? But remove C1, right? Is both the hash map same? No, right? So you remove this thing, right? You are at 1. Now again do the same thing, right? Remove B and add another B, right? So it is B1. Again it is not the same, right? So again remove A and add A again. You can see that it is not the same. Okay? So again remove E and add B, right? So you can say that यहाँ पे B2 हो गया, है ना? So again remove B, add A, correct? So remove B कर दिया तो 1 हो जाएगा and A will be 1 again, right? I mean 2 again, sorry, A already there ना, right? Again remove A, it will be 1 and add C, right? Now you can see that at the 6th position again they both are matching. A, B, C, both of them are matching, correct? So it's about a hash map because the frequency also should match, है ना? Don't you guys agree with this thing? So now you can see that 6th में वापस match हुआ. Again, if you remove B and add D, okay, again they are not matching. So don't you think this is a simple question? Remove only when frequency becomes 0. Correct, Array? Exactly. Or you can directly use this frequency wala table wala scene, na? The frequency, like these guys only just take up to 0, right? So you can directly compare 26 easily compare kar sakte. You can create a method called compare, which is comparing these two hash maps. It will run a 26 loop, right? And it will easily do it. It's not a difficult question, it's a more of an implementation question. Okay, try this implementation. Okay, हो जाएगा तुम लोगों से. ब्रो देखो, मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि मैं सिंपल टर्म्स में बताऊं, इसका हैश मैप क्रिएट किया, इसका भी हैश मैप क्रिएट करो विद द सेम साइज. ठीक है, फर्स्ट ये तीनों एलिमेंट्स का क्रिएट करना, देखना इफ इट इज वर्किंग, इफ इट इज सेम और नॉट. एल्स उसके बाद सेम है तो जस्ट पॉइंट मार्क दैट पर्टिकुलर इंडेक्स. सेम नहीं है, ठीक है, देन ब्रिंग दिस इनटू द हैश मैप एज वेल एंड रिमूव दिस पर्टिकुलर. सो इन अ वे यू हैव द सेम साइज का हैश मैप, मतलब साइज का विंडो काइंड ऑफ थिंग, राइट, व्हिच यू आर सर्चिंग फॉर. एसके like इस पॉइंट पे it's more of thinking. I told you, right? You need to think about this thing, कि how you are moving. If there's a capital letter in the string, ऋषिकेश एक बार देखो यार, कुछ constraints पे लिखा होगा capital letter नहीं होगा या ऐसे कुछ. ठीक है, everything will be written here. ठीक है, SNP consists of only lowercase English integers, correct? So they are constraints. तो constraints हमेशा पढ़ना होता है, ठीक है? Only then you can judge कि कौन सा time complexity में. We can't create of a size, ठीक है, Raviteja, we can't create of a size, but we can just include one element and exclude the last element. You can do only that thing. So if you want to work using the list, we'll do this question, okay? So I think this was pending since long, okay? So if you do this question, you'll actually know how you're playing with the lists, right? Time complexity is m into n. Are you sure if it is m into n? Think about it again. I don't think it's m into n. Kundan, it is n. Yeah, m minus n. Worst type of complexity. Let me just get some water. Correct. Comparing will take big of one time for hash map. So Kundan, even to compare a frequency array, it will take big of n time, big of one time only, because you're just comparing 26 elements with each other. Okay? Agreed. So comparing 26 elements is constant. मुझे नहीं दिख रहा ब्रो कैमरा यार, देखना तो मुझे क्या है. Okay, yeah, दिख रहा है मुझे. Cool. Let me just remove the access for that. Okay. Okay then, guys. Shall we continue? Hello. करना है एक और question, right? ठीक है. So this is the last thing we'll be doing today. Shrikar wants to get unmuted. Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi.
Sir, please last question open कर दीजिए.
This one?
नहीं sir, that anagram one sir, that 3-1 ABC.
हाँ बोलो.
So इसमें 3 का size कैसे बनाते हैं sir? No
तीन
sir,
का size
how
क्यों
we
बनाना है?
compare this one CBA to ABC and then increase by 1?
हाँ, don't compare the values ना. Don't compare the values. Compare the hash maps. Compare the hash maps.
So how
मतलब,
can we compare the S when it comes to 3, sir? CBA. How we will stop this?
can you repeat what you're saying? See, bro, this is a hash map, na?
Yes,
This is
sir.
another hash map. Assume that this is another hash map. So I'm just telling a broad way so that you guys will think. Okay. So this is one hash map and this is another hash map. HM, another one is MP. Right? So I didn't write these things because you guys can understand them. Okay. If I write something called MP equals HM. Okay. So this is a general thing. Like if you want to compare any two objects, you can use this thing equals. Right? So like I think this will work. Okay. Like you can easily compare this hash map with these three hash map. These three का कैसे करोगे? While running the loop, while creating the hash map, यहाँ तक 3 तक करके just leave it, stop there. ठीक है? Just stop there. उसके बाद try to find for this and remove this. I mean, just subtract that. Again, find this and remove this. Every time you're just creating a hash map for three characters only. Correct? It's not necessarily 3 size hoga. It could be 1 size also, it could be 2 size also, but you're creating the hash map for three size, like 3 characters. Correct? Right? Time complexity is nothing, man. Like you're just traversing this once, right? And you're traversing this once. So it is big of m plus n bus. Or you can call whichever is maximum, that one, right? You're not doing it again and again, guys. Try to understand you're not doing it again and again. Yeah, try to code it on your own. It will be much clear. No, Purnachandra Reddy, like that will be an n square approach. And that will be m into n approach. Na? You're creating hash map for 3 variables, and then again you're calculating again for the 3 variables. Why don't you use the facility of already being created hash map? Just add one more thing and remove another thing. Correct? Right? Okay. So देखो guys, like this question, this is an important question. ठीक है, मेरे को कराना है ये question कैसे भी. Even though you guys might get little frightened, school, ठीक है, it's worth it. ठीक है. So see, in this question, man, see, you have a string array of strings, right? You're supposed to return a list of lists. Okay. So let me just show you about lists. Okay. How the lists look. Okay. So I think I told you to read it. Okay. If you didn't read it, then you might be not understanding this, but I'll try to write this thing so that you'll understand. Okay. I made some L. It is nothing but new array list. Right. So if I add a value, like 110, right? So if I add a value like, so this is how your addition happen, right? So they will be added in the list, in that list only. Okay. So this is how it happens, right? And if I try to print, so I can print it in this way. I think you know it, right? So any iteratable can be printed in this way. X, right? So you can either do it in this way, or you can do like I'll just show you 2-3 methods how to do it. Yeah, cannot find symbol na, तो java.use करना होगा. Let me run this. Yeah, you can see that 10, 78, and 123, correct? So what I'm saying is ki this is one way, right? I'll just comment it out. And now let me just do it in a normal way. L dot size. Right. So I'll just write print L dot get I. Let me run it. So this is how you get it, like for the index, for the arrays you get it by putting the subscripts, right? यहाँ पे index के लिए, like to access an element from the index, you will be doing it in this way. Cool. Is this thing clear, guys? Let me run this again. You can see that this is how it is represented. This is the same order, the order which you have pushed. So this is pretty much about the lists. Cool. Linked lists भी same है, right? Correct. You can sort it. It's really easy. ठीक है, sort करने के लिए like जैसे कि arrays dot sort होता है, यहाँ पे collections dot sort होता है. You just put L into it and run it. They are already sorted, right? So cannot find symbol. Collections dot sort होता है शायद. Yeah, you can see they are sorted. So let me just put these things above this thing. Again, let me run the value. You can see that they got sorted at the end. Right? So if I comment it out, run. So these are about pretty much about the lists. Okay, you can see that they are in the same order. Okay, so basically now coming back to this. Okay, so what I told you guys is key, like get every value, sort that value. Okay, try to create a hash map which is storing a string and a list of strings. ठीक है, सुनो ध्यान से, एक string, list of strings. तो ये string क्या होने वाला है? The key is nothing but the sorted value, है ना? क्योंकि all the anagrams उसको sort करोगे, you will be getting the same value, है ना? So I'll be using this as a key to store them as a list of values which are producing the same sorted value, है ना? So I'll just at the end values में traverse करके I can just put all these things into a list. क्यों? How cool is that, guys? Collections dot sort, yeah, so they just follow the actual sorting algorithms we have. So it will be an n log n. Okay, it won't be n. Okay, it will be n log n in the best case complexity, right? So are you guys? देखो इस पे ध्यान दो अभी के लिए. So you have a hash map which is pointing to a string, ठीक है? और वो string is mapping to a list of the strings. So these list of the strings are nothing but the values which are producing the sorted value, है ना? So like for example, EAT is producing AET, right? TEA is producing AET, right? TAN, like AET is also producing the same thing. So this will act as a key to point to the list of the strings, correct? So that is how it is. So in the same way, you'll be creating and you'll be returning all these lists as a list. But simple. Great, Neil. That's nice. The approach is not complex. That is the most optimized approach. Okay. So this is exactly what the person Rajat did from the batch 14. Right? So I remember that because so that is how it is to be done. Okay. So करना कैसे है कि इसका hash map, हर चीज का hash maps find करो, and if the hash maps, like instead of string mapping to a list of strings, make the hash map to a list of strings, right? So that's how I'll do it. So I'll just code it quickly. Okay, it will be much fun. So is the approach, like what I'm trying to do, is that clear for you guys? Guys, what I'm trying to do, is that clear for you? Okay, I'll sort each and every character. Okay, I'll sort, yeah, sort is n log n, correct? So I'll sort each and every character, each and every string. मतलब string को directly sort नहीं कर सकता. I need to convert it into character array. फिर character array को मैं sort करूँगा, right? And then I convert it back into string. ठीक है? And if that string is already present, तो इस value को I'll add it inside this list. ठीक है? So let me quickly do it. थोड़ा time लगेगा. You might not understand it in the first go. ठीक है? But it's cool. I'm ready to face that challenge. ठीक है? So I'll be making a string point to a list of strings. right? Empty equals to new hash map. Right? So this is how it is, right? Now let me iterate through the strings ka array, right? How do I do it? You know how to do it, right? So this is how you do it. String s. See, I told you this thing, right? Like array ke liye, even for the array, like you will be putting int x and you will be writing the name of the array, right? In the same way, strings ka array ke liye, I'll be writing string s and I'll put a colon and I'll put an array name, right? So you can see that abhi I want to convert this into a array, right? Each string ko I need to convert it into char array. So is this clear till now, guys? Hello? Correct? So there you go. ठीक है? तो basically मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ कि char array equals to as 2 char array. I think this is char array. I think this is the method to convert it. One method है. तो थोड़ा बहुत गूगल करना पड़ेगा अगर if at all I told you how to convert an char array into this thing. So this became into a char array. Now I can easily sort it. So arrays dot sort say I can sort it. Correct. Now let me convert it back again to right. Let me convert it back again to the string. Okay. Char array being converted to string. Correct. Now I have this thing. ये temp जो है, this is the sorted version of this particular thing, है ना? Right. So ये तो है अभी भी है, right? I just put that into this and sorted this and I made another string. So this is a temp is the sorted version of s, right? So if at all it is already present in my hash map, okay? If at all it is already present, contains key. If at all it is already present, then क्या करूँगा? Already present है तो क्या करूँगा? Guys बताओ. If at all, see यहाँ पे देख लो. अगर ये already present नया word आ गया and this sorted value is already present in the key, then I just need to pick this guy. मतलब इसको get करूँगा इस list को और इस list के बाद I'll just add it ना. I'll just add this particular thing, right? Correct? Correct. Exactly. I'll just pick the corresponding value. Value is a list. Correct. So let me just get that. ठीक है, मतलब mp dot get temp. I got the list. So this is the list. Now I'll be doing dot add that particular string. बस अगर नहीं है पहली बार insert करना है, so I need to create a list. ठीक है, I need to create a list. तो list बनाने दो मुझे. Right, I've created a list. Now I'll add this list. This list may I'll add as only one element in this list. Now I'll add this list. I'll put this list against that value. How cool is that? बन गया. The whole thing which I was explaining is done in 4 lines, man. Just see this. Explain line number 9. Okay. So see, guys, देखो, how am I creating a hash map? In this hash map, you have this thing AET, one string, a sorted string, is uska value is a list of strings, correct? So iska value mein you have all these things AET, EAT, TEA, correct? If at all out of a blue, if I got a string, some string like ETA, right? ETA, right? So I'll sort this thing and I'll get this value AET, right? Now I understand that this thing is already present. This list is already present. I just need to add this particular element into this list. है ना? So how do I do it? So first I'll just pick up the value of it, that is mp dot get of this temp value. मतलब ये वाला list गया मिला मुझे, and then I just need to add this string into it. है ना? List में कैसे add करते हैं? Right? You need to add it in this way, right? L dot add. So this particular thing is a list. ठीक है? And in that list I'm putting this add. Are you guys getting it? Hello? Ansari? Got it? Right? And अगर पहली बार है, so I'm creating a list. ठीक है? I'm adding the only element, and then I'm putting this particular string against that list. Correct? Correct? ये हो गया. I'm just unmuting you. Fine. Tell me, bro.
Sir,
हेलो. हाँ.
सर मेरी आवाज आ रही है सर?
आ रही है, बताओ.
सर ये मुझे पूछना ये सर कि लाइन ऑफ डायने सर ये जो हमारा जो लिस्ट है वो तो सर वैल्यू पेयर में है ना सर, की वैल्यू पेयर में, तो उसको सर उसको कैसे गेट करें सर? इधर टेम्प करने से तो हमारा वो की वैल्यू हम लोग ले रहे हैं ना इसमें एमपी डॉट गेट से.
हाँ. mp dot get, see mp dot get, देखो mp dot get and this is the key, right? So this particular thing will return a list. Correct?
ओके ओके ओके, गॉट इट सर, थैंक यू सर.
ठीक है. अगर क्लियर नहीं है तो मैं दोबारा लिख देता हूँ ऐसे. ठीक है, तो मैं ऐसे लिख दूंगा इसको एंड मैं ऐसे लिखूंगा. ठीक है, फिर मुझे वापस ऐड करना पड़ेगा, लाइक आई नीड टू पुट दिस अगेन. करेक्ट? इज दिस
Yes,
थिंग
sir.
अंडरस्टूड? लाइक आई गॉट द लिस्ट, आई पुट इट हियर, उसमें ऐड किया एंड देन उस लिस्ट को वापस रखा. उससे अच्छा डायरेक्टली उसी लिस्ट में ऐड कर दे रहा हूँ. करेक्ट? आई एम गेटिंग दैट एंड आई एम एडिंग इट. करेक्ट?
गॉट इट सर, थैंक यू सर.
ओके. तो देखो, नाउ आफ्टर दिस थिंग बस हो गया, गेम ओवर. नाउ आई कैन, you know how to iterate it, right? You know how to iterate the whole this thing. So I can just simply iterate it. You can simply iterate m dot key set, right? So this set may, so I'll just I need to create an list of strings as an answer. Right? And like I'll be just adding that answer dot add. देखो, add a list. ठीक है? What is a list? mp dot get s is a list. I'm adding it. Then let me return it. बस, this is the code. See, such a big code. कैसे मैं list को use करके कितना आराम से कर दिया. Right? It's all about choosing की. It's all about choosing की. अच्छा, यहाँ पे capital होना चाहिए. हाँ. So it's all about choosing की what type of data structure you are going to use, right? And data structure को कैसे use करेंगे so that you can get it. Correct? It worked. See guys, it worked. Right? So इसको और भी तरीके है, right? You instead of this, you can like instead of getting it, तुम values के द्वारा भी कर सकते हो, right? So let me just write it something like this: string mp dot values, right? I can just add answer directly. So any doubt in this guys? कि ऐसे भी काम करेगा करके? See, similar to this, यहाँ पे string है ना, यहाँ पे list of strings I'm getting because values is nothing but list of strings, right? So I'm adding that one by one. Don't you think guys? Yeah, Neil, even that could be done. Correct. So that is coming in the initialization of arrays, array list. Na? So that comes under the initialization of array list. You can see that, let's see. Yeah, it worked out, right? You can see that it worked. Correct, guys. Or else, array list में यहाँ पे in the parameter, if you pass this thing, mp.values, it will work as well. Okay. So that is also there, right? That comes under initialization of array list. Okay. Just explore that thing. Okay, guys. So I think this is pretty much today. Okay. Just do the homework questions. Okay. जो भी बात किए थे, I'll put all these things into the into these things. I think we can end the class for today. Okay. Do this question, right? And yeah, let's end for today. Okay. So I think the drop, it also is list and has set same? No, list में duplicates हो सकता है, has set में duplicates नहीं हो सकते. That is the point. And lookup time in list And lookup time in hash set is different. Hash set में you can get it in constant time. लेकिन list में list is like an array, है ना? You can only get up to a like that particular index. उस index में मिल सकता है, right? Yeah, hash set का syntax क्या है रही? कुछ भी नहीं है. Like there's nothing, man. Like I already sent a link regarding hash set, I think. So just read that thing. It's nothing. Just see. इसमें क्या है? Like you just need to put the only key, man. That is the only thing. See, hash set में you can see that add, है ना? You just need to add the things. So you create a hash set and you add these things 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. बस इतना ही है. Like I think I showed it in the class as well. Okay, if at all the repetitive elements are there, they will be removed. Okay. Initial list of elements C after removing, I think updated list. I think there won't be any duplicates. That's the big point of hash set. Okay. And lookup time is also constant. You can easily check key if it is present or not. Okay. So these are the homework problems you guys need to do. Okay. So yeah. A return statement. Oh, which is the return statement? This one? This one? Return statement? So see, so basically, so we need to return it in this type, right? So return type is this. So I need to return a data type of this type, right? So I've created list of strings, that is answer, that is array list. Okay. And in this, each element is a list of strings, right? So I'm getting lists from the mp.values and adding it into the answer, right? Answer.add L, right? And I'm returning answer because this is of the same type, right? That is of lists of lists. That's exactly what I want to do, right? 21 to 23. See, this is similar to this. Here you're using key set, you're using values, right? So यहाँ पे key set क्या? Key set is of type string, correct? So string यहाँ पे है, right? यहाँ पे it is of list, correct? You can see that यहाँ पे मैंने कैसे बनाया? Like how did I make it? String pointing to lists, correct? So these are the values, right? So values of the same type रखा था, and each and every element के लिए I'm putting it inside the answer of it. So if at all they are equal, then are equal, I think, Reni. Try to do it. You were so just LRU, I'll send a video. I'll send a video. Okay. I think it's too early. Tomorrow we'll discuss one more question. Okay. Then I'll give that LRU problem. Okay. Then you guys can think how to do that. Okay. Cool, guys. So think good night. Have a nice day. Do study. Okay. Do problems. Do the homework. Do some thinking. Okay. We'll meet tomorrow. Yeah, I hope the class was nice today. You guys learned a lot of things. Na? LRU थोड़ा बहुत important है, हाँ, मतलब learn it. ठीक है, मतलब like that comes into very higher CTC questions. ठीक है, तो but I want you guys to think. ठीक है, so 8 बजे होगा यार, 8 बजे अच्छा लग रहा है ना तुम लोग को? 8 बजे रखेंगे क्यों? मेरे लिए 8:30 बेटर है, बट ठीक है, चलो गुड नाइट, सी यू, लव यू, बाय. Bro, it is in your mind, SK, that you are from non-IT. Like these are not taught in IT also. Everything new, man. Like, there's no difference between non-IT. That is completely in your mind. Like I know many people who are from civil, biotech, who are better coders than me. Like these things are not taught in college. These things are taught outside the college only. I hope you guys have that realization. Yeah. So if you want me to start from 8:30, let the batch manager know. You can just contact him and let him know. And I think I'll do the same thing, bro. Not a big deal. I'm happy with 8:30. Really happy with 8:30. Hello. Good night. Can leave. Yeah, bro. I stay in Hyderabad. Hello. I'm ending the class. Good night.